Popping on CPI, guys. What's up, guys? All right, CPI is ripping. Hold on. Sorry, I wish I would have got here like a minute or two sooner, but popping up, running up. Getting close to my 6083 target on S&P. What's up, guys? Don't forget to smash the like button, friends. Telling you guys, we're gonna do this today. What's up, guys? Good morning. Market's pumping and pumping. Just say my hellos. We're kind of in a hurry here to get started. Welcome to the morning stream, everybody. I'm gonna read the top 15 names to get back to like analyzing the market here. Todd, Devin, Simon, Ian, PB, Aid, Matt Yoda, Michael, Gold, Digger, Casey Keeper, Goober, Mixable, Jason, Diana. What's up? Good morning. Financial Fred, Mo, Sean Duncan, and the rest. Good morning. Let's get right over to the charts, you guys. Let's take a look. You guys during the day that will drop? Oh, yeah, we'll have to see, right? It's kind of a depends, yeah. Let's take a look. All right, popping on here. I did something really fun. I put a 2-contract gamble to the long side because I speculated yesterday that we come in as a miss, and I made $5,600 on one account, one trade. Start the day off. Just one. And if it was going to dip, I was going to add to it at lower DD band. So starting off the day with a nice little winny win there. That's it. Just one. Now, I don't normally do this, but I had a really good reason to do this. You did the exact same thing. There you go. Just 2 contracts. That's it. Let's take a look at the data. I speculated that CPI would come in as a miss, and it came in as a year over year. Wait, there's core. Yeah, I nailed my whole guess, everything. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so CPI was trending down. It's been trending down year over year. And people thought, you know, the tariffs are going to affect it pretty bigly, and it hasn't really affected it. We came down 2.9, 2.9, 2.5, 2.4 estimates. The first time in a long time the estimate was a pop up. And we've been trending down on the CPI, and it hasn't really been affected. The year over year is not that impacted quickly by the tariffs, right? And so, because this is a year change, and the tariffs are starting to ramp up now, and we're still not seeing the effect in the CPI. And I thought that 2.5 was too big of an estimate. We've been trending down, and so we overestimated, and I said we'd come in under 2.5, so I took that long gamble, and that's it. Easy peasy. Now, again, what do you guys know that's come to the boot camp? Tell me something that you know about me, about your friend Matt here. Did I full port YOLO in all my accounts, or did I acknowledge that it was a gamble and just hit it with something small? You know what I mean? I could have lost 5,000 if I'm wrong. I'll easily make that back with the other 4 accounts, right? So anytime you're trading, you make decisions like, what do I want to do? In the bag, that's a great start to the day. And so the idea is, yeah, the risk is there and the certainty is a coin flip. So coin flip with a fraction of all the things you do. Like I've got, God, let's see, 5 Tradeifys, 6 funded next, it's 11, 1 ETF, that's 12, 1 my funded futures, that's 13. 5 top step, that's 18. I've got 18 accounts I'm trading, and I just didn't win. See what I'm saying? Just tap with 1. That's it. Get a little tappy. Little tap, tap, taparoo. Okay, let's get ready to, I don't know where we closed yesterday, but let's take a guess. Yesterday was good. I had a $24,000 gain yesterday. Yesterday was solid. And now, guess what, guys? Guess who's made $150,000 with Tradeify? This guy right here. That is historically the biggest non-live account balance game of Tradeify in the history of the company. So when they moved me to live, I should get max. That was my goal. And I'll tell you guys why I did this goal this way is, wait a minute, is that the idea is that when you try to go live at any point, I need to get my payouts first. So when you're going live, here's one thing. When you're going live in these accounts, they roll you. I mean, everything past 15K is waste. So a lot of my accounts are just going to waste all that profit. It doesn't even matter. The goal is to have max in all 5 to go away with $75,000 worth of trading accounts with these guys. Now, the goal is each time you go to payout 1, you have to have a 9,000 target. This is my strategy. And a lot of people don't understand it, but it's actually pretty genius. And I think I'm going to teach you guys how to do this. I just tested it out myself before I kind of like roped it into the education. You have to make 9,000, 4,500, and 3,000. And a lot of people will just inch their way to the 9,000. Then you take out your $3,000 payout. Okay. All right. That's cool. Now all you have left is a $6,000 buffer. That's it. Now you have to make $4,500 with the same consistency. So while up here, you're making roughly like $1,800 a day, right? For the 20%. Here, you can only make $900 a day. Here, you can only make $600 a day. So you have to make smaller and smaller and smaller. So they cap you right out the door. If you inch your way forward here, make 9, take out 3, make 4,500, which is 10.5, take out 3, right? You see where I'm going with this? Your buffer is now 7.5. And then you make 3,000, 10.5 minus 3, you're down with 7.5, right? And you're constantly just sitting there with the 7,000 buffer. This is how they want you to trade it. Does everyone understand so far in chat what I'm showing right here? This is Tradeify straight to funded. Every 10 days, right? Tell me you guys all understand this at least, right? This is how they want you to trade it. Meet your consistency rule, get there, get the payout. This is your balance after your payout, okay? At each cycle, right? Every 10 days, you're left with basically no balance left. So my thought was, okay, you know what? Fuck all this. Here's what I'm going to do. Instead of going to my $9,000 profit target, I'm going to go to 50,000 on each account just to go there. Make $10,000 days. Okay. And then finally make my $3,000. Okay. And the first payout's going to take forever to get, right? And then I'm left with 47. But when you get your payout, the cycle starts over. So now instead of having to make $4,500 with a $6,000 balance, that's almost like 100% gain. What? Trading very small. A single Trump tweet will blow you up. But when I did this, now I started, because every time you get a new payout, you start over. All the rules, everything starts over. It's like starting over from 0, except you have a balance. Does everyone understand the balance part? What I'm saying? Now, when I'm trying to fight for $4,500 extra profit with the $6,000 balance, now I'm trying to get $4,500 profit with the $47,000 balance. You understand that? Does everyone understand that? So payout 1 takes longer, but then payouts 2 through whatever are guaranteed. There's no way I'm going to bust a $47,000 account, right? And so people, even Brian was asking, he's like, why are you doing this, right? A lot of people haven't comprehended that there's, you know, Brian's a really smart guy. And I was tweeting to him about it, and I was like, well, think about it. And he's like, oh, he DM'd me. He's like, yeah, that's actually pretty smart. The idea is that most traders are going to follow their rules. I'm not going to follow their rules. Baby, I'm like Han Solo, okay? I follow my own rules. I don't even follow my own rules. That's how much of a maverick I am, okay? I don't even follow my own rules, okay? I even break my own. But so to get a large buffer from the beginning, so that each additional payout practically what's up, Tyler? Each additional payout makes I practically take no risk. I've been babysitting these accounts since February. Haven't paid any additional money. I'm going to walk right to the finish line with max funded live from Tradeify. All right. So anyways, as some of those accounts can make $5,000 to $10,000 in them, like to get to that buffer, of all my accounts, of all 18 accounts I'm trading right now, I just longed with one, but a 2 contract long because I expect the CPI to come in as a miss. And I was right. And I popped it for about $5,600 profit, which ain't bad. Good deal. Small risk. Stu, what's up? Did you guys just see my tweet for this morning's stream? Y'all understand how meta this joke actually is. So there's my this shows me you pay attention to my Twitter account. I put some kid on blast, some rando that was like showing a picture of some cheap watch to take a picture, and he was like, you know, the same shit the 20-year-olds do. Yo, financial freedom. Join my Discord. Here's my watch. Yeah. So here's my watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. This is absolutely real. I crocheted this myself. All right. So I'm not lying to you. That's 100% a real Rolex. You know what I'm saying? This is Daytona. Get the fuck out of here. Don't even. I swear to you. Look at the 3 dials, okay? I was on a 2-year wait list to get the yarn to make this thing. Okay? Not gonna lie. It's a Cosmograph, baby. Like, seriously. That yarn was hard to get. Daytonas are beautiful, yeah. They really do have a like, maybe I think nowadays like a 2-year wait list. I went the other day looking actually with iDoc, but I'm not looking to buy a watch. I'm an Apple Watch kind of guy. But she was looking at jewelry and I was like, fine, I'll go look at something too. So I went to the store. They had the APs and all that stuff. And I was like, damn, these watches are really nice. But I've never, I'm more of like a skull bracelet kind of guy. So I usually have like, and I don't really have capacity for watch in here, but I put my Apple Watch on sometimes. Yeah, I'm not really going to be buying a watch anytime soon. Although they're pretty fly looking. I should join the trading trend of being the trader that flashes his watches clearly. Because you ain't cool unless you got a cool watch. You're not rich unless you spend it on something that someone can just point a gun at your face and take it from you. That's how I feel. This is the part that I am worried about. You know, just walking down the street and someone's like, give me your Rolex. And you're like, can I just give you $50,000 instead? I was on like a 2-year wait list for this thing, bruh. Give me your watch. Come on, let me just give you the money. You can buy 5 watches with the money. Just don't take this one. It took me forever to get another one. Can we go to the bank? I'll write you a check, bro. That's how it would be. You know what I mean? So I'm like, God, my life would be I would be so sad, not because of the money, but because I had to fucking wait again to get another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, give me your watch. Like, listen, hey, bro, I got this other Rolex I've been carrying around just for this very occasion. This one's worth 20 grand. Take this one. I'll close my eyes, but this one's really hard to come by. Come on. I can't do this. So expensive watch that I have, I'll probably just wear when I go out with my other friends and stuff. I can just hide it in my pocket till I arrive at the occasion. Then I'm like, okay, put it on. And I'm like, you know what? Too much work. I'm just not gonna get one. And then I decided never to get one. You know, Texas? Yeah. I'm in Houston. H-Town, baby. I live in Memorial, where all the rich old oil ladies live, and oil ladies or oil husbands and wives, the heiresses and stuff. It's like Karen Central over here. Landmania, kind of. So I get insurance. Yeah, that's true. Get a good knockoff. True. Get on the list now, just in case. Yeah, exactly. Like, as soon as you buy another one, just get on the list again. Because if you don't buy it, they just give it to the next person on the list. So this is true. Why to stream early? CPI. Okay, so basically, I speculated yesterday, and I told you guys on stream, there's no way CPI is going to be bumping up. It's been trending down. The tariffs could have an effect on it, but the year over year is a little more resilient to that kind of stuff. And the fact that this is the first time the estimate had an increase in like 6 months, that it was in, and you know, we had a 2.3 read and they're expecting to go 2.5. I said, that's too much of an estimate. They're not going to go to 2.5. It's going to come in under. And so when we walked up to CPI, I grabbed 2 contracts long. And I remember reading Pat was like, I'm YOLOing 17 contracts. See on the moon. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it too. So I bet you Pat's making money. So he did 17 contracts long. So I remember seeing that on Twitter. Yeah, so he probably banked. I mean, this was 2. The 2 contracts made me $6,000 on one account. So guys, never gamble on the news, by the way. But I teach this in my class. I have 18 accounts I'm trading with, okay? 5 Top Step, 6 Fund and Next, 5 Tradeify, 1 ETF Live, 1 My Fund and Futures Live, and I'm sure I'm missing something. And I just hit it in one of the 18 accounts with 2 contracts, just in case of the bump. I would have been down $6,000, which is fine. If the market would have fell to DD band, you guys knew the drill. I would have lost about $6,000, and I would have had 17 other accounts to long it back on. And I would have made a fortune had it gone down. So I do this all the time when I'm trading, is if I'm doing a coin flip, I hit it in one account. I don't need to hit it in everything. If it goes my way, I acknowledge it's a coin flip, trade it small. This account has $50,000 of buffer in it. There's no way one risk interval on 2 contracts would have busted it. 10%. I accepted a 10% loss on this trade. So you understand my thought process. When I teach you guys in the boot camp, you guys are thinking like that all the time. So now that you understand, you're like, maybe I can't gamble on the news if I'm certain it's going to go up. It wasn't a gamble fully. I had conviction that it was going to go up because the market was going to overestimate the effect of the CPI. And we were kind of trading down the last 2 or 3 days as people were liquidating in front of it. So it didn't seem like there was any risk there if the market was going to go in the direction of what the news, right? So probably up. So then I just tapped it with 1. Super simple. But you know that because you're uncertain or because it's like a coin flip, trade it small. Always, if your certainty is low, your position size is small. Your risk is low. Christoph is saying, Gina, Ferdinand. Yeah. Good stuff. He made like 40K or something. He made 40K. Let me go in there and let me go pay my regards.
Now the question is, do we come all the way back into the middle of that CPI candle? Day trading with Matt. Heard you made bank. You already know it, buddy. Who does it like this? 40,000 on the day so far.
Yeah, someone said, hey, 40,000 bucks.
40,000 on the day, boys.
Bro, good job. Let's skip. Tyler, I think he just plays one on TV. Where can I learn? We need to all go. We should all just, me you and Brian should just fly down there and visit just for the hell of it. And just be like, work out the BDH game. 3 of us chill, go play golf or something. Him and Brian need to just shake hands. That's what I think. They'd probably get along if they did. Yeah, I don't think he does. Which CPI day is important? So they're all pretty important. So let me explain the differences between them to you. The CPI, again, a couple of different ones. Okay, the easiest kind of understanding is why there's 2 different CPIs. Why is there a core? Why is there CPI? So core excludes food and energy. So why would you exclude food and energy? It turns CPI into discretionary, non-discretionary spending. So food and energy, you have to buy no matter what the price is. And so what you really want to gauge on consumer spending is shit people don't have to live, things that people just want to buy. So core is excluding food and energy, okay? This is essentially your free spending on stuff that you don't need, so discretionary stuff. Remove food, remove energy. What's the price of discretionary goods? And because sometimes you're going to have CPI overinflated because energy prices are through the roof, or because, food prices are through the roof, and people can't avoid that. But you want to know what the other stuff looks like too, because this is kind of like which one of them is what you have to buy, the other one's what you want to buy. And so when you look at both of them together, the core is a good look at just, discretionary spending. And right now, discretionary prices, this is like your iPhones and your PS5s, all that shit's going down. The year-over-year CPI, this includes everything. Right? So year over year is a difference between today's data point and a data point a year ago. The month over month is a difference between today's data point and a data point a month ago. So the CPI that's presented to you is a year over year change, because that's really the Fed's gauge on inflation. They want to see 2% a year. So it's a 1 year rolling average of a data point difference over the course of a year. What does May to May look like? June to June look like? And so when that number is closer to 2%, it's an easier gauge to be close to like what the Fed wants to see for their rate cuts, right? Month over month, it's just how much it changes over the previous month, right? So this is going to be May to June, June to July, etc. So month over month, the change in the CPI is smaller and smaller and smaller. And I never really look at the month over month. It'll just show you if there's like a big bump up, right? This is just telling you that this month things are going up crazy. You would look at the month over month to see like, okay, are the tariffs affecting it this month? And since we've had Trump come into office, other than the CPI that bumped up in December, the CPI hasn't shown any impact from the tariffs each month. So month over month change has been really small. And that's what they all are. You have the index itself, which is here. And people just care about the year-over-year change. But the index is going to give you the actual, like, CPI number. As you see, it's just always been, like, going up forever and ever and ever. So, because of inflation, the actual index goes up and up and up and up forever. So nobody really uses, like, the CPI indexes itself. Because, they use the year-over-year change, because that's really what you care about, right? Remember, we always talk about how the SPX goes up and up and up forever because of inflation. Same thing. Same thing. But yeah, that's it. So all of these things, you're just like, the index is something you just don't really care about. But we care about the year-over-year number for the most part. These are the ones that people typically look at. And the month over month, I mean, also is the same thing. It's just showing you the month change, the year change. But these are really what people care about. And you can separate the two just to see if there's a lot of times you'll have food prices soaring or energy prices soaring, irregardless of the actual state of the economy, right? That stuff can go up because of wars in other countries or droughts or whatever. You can have, you know, mad cow disease cause food prices. Who knows? Like, you can have weather changes, but people are still employed, you know, and so food prices may go up for whatever reason. But it's good they separate the two out, and that's it. So CPI was good. We came in at a miss, missing both expectations year over year on the core. Was 2.9, came in at 2.8. Year over year total 2.5. We came in 2.4. So as you see, most of the increase or the change year over year is higher in discretionary stuff, right? Tariffs are mostly going to be impacting this one a little bit more than this one, because this one is watered down a little bit with food and energy. And we're not really putting tariffs on a lot of the food because a lot of that's produced here, right? So you're going to see that your CPI here is going to be trending lower than CPI here, lowering faster. It's watered down a little bit more than the discretionary stuff, which a lot of it's imported, right? And that's it. That's it, baby. Ooh, starting off the day with $5,600. It ain't 40K like Pat, but we had the same idea. Although I wasn't going full port like in all my accounts. I just went baby long in some of my accounts, so I still took $6,000 to the bank. Let's go. What's up, guys? I'm gonna hit the like button. We're gonna do funded account giveaway today on Tradeify. 30 minutes early. Which CPI was actually good. Someone went up, someone went down. They all missed estimates. That's what's important. Wall Street price is in the estimate, and yeah, the estimate's a mix of like all these analysts' estimates, and we came in under. And Wall Street was like, oh, let's go up. All right, so market could be retracing a little bit. Let's see if we get anything cool off of this move right here. Pulling back. Time about in here. And that'd be crazy if this actually faded everything out. Now, upper DD band, we're pretty good. I've kind of drawn where open and close might be. Now, again, I'm moving this around, so this isn't exactly where that is. Close here, open here. Hedge pressure there, DD band upper there. It'd be kind of cool today if we landed on some kind of targets and went. I was super excited to see CPI dump to DD band and I long everything back up, but we didn't get it. So sad. What's my commission on Thinkorswim? I haven't traded futures on Thinkorswim in the longest time to even remember. It's been a while. Year over year was lower than expected. Right. And both in the core and in CPI itself. What's up, guys? And good morning, bud. By the way, guys, thank you for your donation for the direct fundeds. I think this Friday, guys, we'll be giving away 5 50K direct fundeds with ETF. Don't not be here Friday. 5 funded accounts. You guys are going to love it. They've revamped their funded program over there, and it is super good. Competitively, per month, you can take bigger payouts in Tradeify. So if they come with a good sale on that, you guys are going to love it. Yeah, so stay here on Friday. Big ETF giveaway. And I'll detail like all the stuff in their new plan that they're doing. Really solid over there. All right, now let's see what we got. I believe so hard that we were going to actually go up. I was contemplating like, should I just grab this in like one of my funded accounts, and that way I just either hit max loss and I can't trade for the day, which is very small, or I didn't even think of this. I mean, you're protected because, well, hold on. Oh, it is a live account, so you'll still have the effects of bad fills. In a sim account, you can put a stop and it just basically stops you at that spot. If you put a stop in a real account, you don't necessarily sell at that place because it's real. You saw it when the market maker's selling you. But you're protected by your daily loss limit. So I'm like, what if I just trade every news that way? Of all my accounts, just long with one account and then put a daily loss. The R&R is always bigger in every instance if you win. If you lose, you just take a small loss in one account. What am I overlooking? This strategy sounds genius. Thank you, Annie. Appreciate it. Because if I just put one contract and it goes way up and I make a couple grand, and if it hits max loss and I'm just down max loss for the day, which is just Barely anything. I can't trade for the rest of the day. That's why they don't allow news trading. Well, yeah, but in a live account, it's different, right? And the live account is different. They want you to make money, right? So the question is, normally you wouldn't straddle something like this in a live account because you're guaranteed you're going to get filled at that spot. And if you get filled, like the market blasts lower, what happens is you will go below your daily loss limit and then take just a huge loss and you get filled below it. If there was, yeah, that's probably why. Essentially, you wouldn't do this in a real account either because there's no guarantee you actually get filled. In the sim account, you could do it because the sim account is in a real order, right? What I'm trying to talk about is if you guys are in sim funded accounts and you got 40 of them and you're walking up to a place and you're going here like, I should gamble on this, and you put a stop right there, you will stop exactly there because it's sim funded. It's a funded account that's sim. It doesn't matter. Your stop just executes a fake order that closes you up. If I were to do the same thing in a real account and I have a stop here, I probably get filled there because the stop triggers a market order, which then gets filled and usually gets filled at the bottom. If you ever trade real money, you'll notice it does that. Your stop doesn't mean anything. Wherever you put your stop, you're gonna get filled on the other side of it by far. So that straddle technique probably doesn't really work in live, but in a sim funded account, it might actually work. So in my Tradeify straight to funded, which is sim funded, I don't know why I don't do that because it's a guaranteed stop. The R&R is always good on that. In a real account, the mechanics of selling in a real account will prevent you from really getting good R to R on a spread like that. You've gotten turbo fills in a sim. So they're actually like simulating a real market then. It's not just a program on your computer. I mean, the data feed's simulated. They're actually going to some central computer that's filling you. There's no way they're simulating slippage. You must be really getting some kind of slippage then. Okay, so there is slippage simulated. Oh, so they figured out a counter to my counter. I get it. Because if it was all sim, then you would just straddle every news event for that same reason. So they do actually give you that weird slippage then. And I guess it's because you're actually getting your order filled in a fake exchange then. So there's a simulated exchange. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, never mind. There goes my idea. So they're actually, so I guess the level 2 is actually real in these sim accounts. There's actually a real level 2 then. It's just in a simulated network. So if I put my level, if I'm my Tradeify straight to funded and I put a level 2 order or an order on the book, other Tradeify straight to funded will see it. Oh, I didn't even know that. See, I'm so new to this prop firm world. I didn't even know. I thought it was just all sim trading. So they made it a real exchange so that you have real exchange effects. Oh, how about that? Which there's no real supply and demand of these things because it's not like you're actually, there's not like an open interest of contracts. It's like infinite contracts available. And so they're simulating, okay. So what they're doing, I bet, is simulating the best bid and offer to match the best bid and offer of the exchange. And then you just have to put your orders behind it. And then if you get a limit, you get filled. But there has to be something that's routing orders and filling them at the market. There has to be a decision-making algorithm similar to Globex or Citadel or something that's getting orders routed to them and choosing to fill them wherever. So they must have like order flow buffers and everything to really simulate the exchange. If it's that sophisticated, that's kind of cool. No, I don't think it depends on the prop firm. It's Tradeivate that would have made this. It's their API and their system. Or TopStepX or whoever. They all have probably their own little system. I'm sure there's like one company, either they built their own or maybe there's a company that built the system and it's sourcing out to everybody. There's a data provider that gives the prop firms the market data. There you go. We guessed it, baby. They simulate the slippage, but not demo orders. Oh, yeah. Well, slippage should just be filling against the, you know, we call it slippage, but you basically, yeah, I see what you guys are saying. Partial limit fills just like in live. That's crazy. Okay, well, that's a little more sophisticated than I thought. Well, then you can't really do the straddle trick. Well, you can. You'll just take a bigger loss. I'm always trying to find ways to beat the system. Anyways, All right, welcome to the stream, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. If we get 1,000 people, we'll be doing funded Tradeifys. I told you guys every single day going forward. 1,000 people watching the stream. Just be here. We did the giveaways a little earlier. At 1,000 people, we'll do a funded Tradeify account every day. I'm going to go buy you guys one. So I'm going to spend $5,000 a month. If we have 1,000 viewers here, I will spend $5,000 a month just giving you guys extra on top of what I spend. Give you guys an additional funded account every day. Tradeify Bonanza. It's just what I'm going to do. What's up? Good morning. Just sign up to the monthly disco. Welcome to the community, man. And those of you in the boot camp, by the way, yesterday was final class of the boot camp. Did you guys have a great experience taking our training boot camp over the last month? Some change. We got 3 bonus classes and we're done. One of them's trader funding programs, by the way. Did you guys enjoy your experience at the boot camp? Was it worth your time? Did you learn a lot? Did you learn a lot about at least my trading style, like for the stream and everything? At least it helps you follow along better. Hopefully you guys came out of it like completely different. You're wired to think like a trader now. You're out there crushing it, killing it. You can keep taking it. Yeah, so Julian, constantly, one of the things is that most people have taken it many, many times just to keep saturated in that mindset, and it's definitely helpful. Cool, cool. So going through the videos, I'm super impressed on that. Cool. Oh, Claudia, welcome. We actually start the live over in 2 Mondays. Love you guys. Very cool. All right. So Matt started the day with 2 contract long on CPI. I had conviction to believe that we're going to beat estimate, and then I took 2 long. Had we dumped, you guys know the drill. I probably would have lost 6 grand in one of my 18 accounts, and that's it. Then I probably would have longed a DD band and then made plenty of money back. So the idea was I wanted it to fall, but just in case it didn't, I took some profit, and we're good. Let's gonna find wherever we're gonna open. Probably here. So all the bootcamp is recorded videos. So, and when we do the live sessions, we watch the videos together and I answer questions and I pause the video and give examples. Current to like current market. And every once in a while, we'll refilm all the bootcamp videos to make them current as well. These were filmed in January, so they're pretty current. The live is just a bonus just to have me there to hang out with you guys. What does DD stand for? Bull bear bias. But DD itself stands for Doomsday. It's just a goofy code word we came up with when we were coming up with the indicator. Doesn't really mean Doomsday. It's just that we have our project teams whenever we do our projects to come up with something. Volunteers from the community get together. They do the data digging and analysis for us, and we all kind of like band together and make something. And we called it Project Doomsday. Is it just a secret code word? We always project something. We've had Project Dandelion. We've had Project AI. We just give things like code names and kind of like chip makers. And then we do the indicator. It was really a secret project for a bull bear bias indicator. You know, we have Project Orange, Project Crescent, Project Flight, Project Waterfall. We've different Project Coffee, Project Dragon, and Project Doomsday was one of them. And then it's really a risk interval band off of yesterday's close. And the DD is a bull bear bias ratio, and the two of them are tied together. We needed something better than, you know, closing risk interval band name. So we're like, we didn't know. So the DD ratio, when we were kind of coming up with that number, it's a ratio, the percent of market cap of stocks that are bull zone. And the idea was that whenever that goes below half, then the stocks themselves are showing sign of doomsday. That was the joke. And we started realizing when DD ratio was less than half, the market was usually bearish. And we go, okay, it's like a doomsday clock. The stocks will tell you if they're no longer bullish enough to keep the market going. Doomsday. And so we said, okay, Project Doomsday, let's make a whole series of tools out of that idea. And then it stuck. But it really isn't doomsday. It just, we needed some kind of shorthand thing to give it. And then it's like, well, something bad. risk interval band. We're gonna call it RI band, but then it kind of became confusing because we need to be different than just a regular risk interval. So the risk interval is based on margin requirements. So it's yesterday's close plus or minus this number that we calculate from the margin requirements. It gives you that risk range. So Zoom costs in the boot camp recorded, Matt. So Claudia, they're not. The way we used to do it was we would record a video and then record me watching the video and talking about the video to make it another video. So it's like a video inside of a video. And then it became super meta to keep stacking them on top of each other like that. And then it just became confusing when somebody would join in the middle, like, where do I start? Should I watch the original videos or the videos with the voiceovers or the videos of the voiceovers with the voiceovers over those? And you're like, okay, the lives will just be live. If you can make it, you can make it. Is it weighted by market cap? It certainly is. It has to be. The index is weighted by market cap. DD ratio, also market cap weighted. Resilience, also market cap weighted. If the index is market cap weighted. Need a video of me watching the video playing? Well, absolutely. Like, what kind of better video would you ever have? Duh. All right, so today, let's see. We bumped on CPI. We pulled back a little tiny bit. Let me do a little bit of analysis on the hourly chart to see kind of what we've done today. Just quickly, VIX futures are in a really good spot. VIX futures are below what we call this triple B, bull bear bias. I mean, I'm sorry, bull bear breakpoint. Again, it doesn't really mean bull bear breakpoint, but triple B was the name that stuck. It's contango midpoint, and we are below it, and VIX is just absolutely getting clobbered, which is great. VVIX on the overnight was trading, yesterday was trading higher, and the overnight should drop a little bit significantly. Anything below 100 is pretty safe. So VIX below 1865 today, safe and safe. Volatility is good. Market's not going to chop around too much. So if we start selling, it's a genuine sell-off. Nasdaq futures just still trucking along. S&P futures still trucking along, just higher. There's a quickie little pop there. I'd just be concerned that this is not like a pop that exhausts into a big sell-off today. So everyone kind of keep your... I'm going to tell you, I have some weird feeling. And again, I always have these weird feelings that this is not a continuation long, but we're going to get our data today and see. Today, on these bull long ups that we get, I'm not going to long at the open like I normally do. I'm going to wait for a dip and that's it. I've already convinced myself not to long at the open, even though I can keep going. Unless I get super stellar reads on resilience, I'm talking like 50 plus, I might just chill at the open. Because I have this weird feeling that today could be the day it flushes out. Like the news popped this high, and that the market has not obviously it was expected that we were gonna not beat not have it better than last reading CPI, but we did, and we beat the expectation. So maybe it could continue to rally, but I'm definitely not shorting this. But it would be so nice if today was the day I chose to not join the inching forward right at the start of the day, and I got lucky and we fell to lower DD band and I grabbed it. Like the market just fell to here. It'd be so great. Remember yesterday, I'd made $24,000 yesterday across all my accounts trading. All those dips. I bought every dip. I bought this dip, it fell. I bought this dip, it fell. You guys watched all of it, right? So inch along, yeah, but maybe we'll get some dips. Maybe we'll get some dips, right? I'm thinking the same thing. Maybe we'll get some dips, some good ones. That's pretty good. I did so well yesterday. My funded futures risk team sent me an email congratulating me on my performance of doing so well in the account, reminding me that I should take daily payouts. Hey, Alan, welcome to the club, man. Appreciate you. They go, congratulations on your stellar performance or something in live. Like, it really reflects how good you are at doing this, blah, blah, blah. It's really nice of them. But then also the second half of the email was like, here's a reminder. He said, yeah, just want to take a moment to acknowledge your incredible work you've been doing recently. Your performance in the live account has been top tier, and the results speak for themselves. Just a quick reminder that you're eligible to request payouts on a daily basis. We encourage our traders to do so. So my funded futures is like, Matt, you're making too much money. Let's take a payout. Come on. Let's get some money. So they get paid when I get paid. And I'm like, I don't need the money. I'm going to grow the account instead. So I know I'm going to have to sell the risk scheme. I'm like, nah, I'm probably just going to keep it in there. But, they sent me a reminder that you can take daily payouts. IDOC was like, oh yeah, I'm sure they want you to take a payout so they can get paid, right? I was like, see, she's learning the business. Nah, I'm gonna keep growing the account. That's my goal here. Probably won't take a payout for a while. I just want to grow. I want to grow it just to grow it to show that I can grow it, right? Grow the account to 1 million. It'll take years to withdraw it. No, not the live account. The live account is daily payouts. I can take pretty much any amount of profit I want from it. Hello, Matt. You joined from MFTV. What's up, Mohammed? Recently asked you about the Feigenbaum constant. Oh, I remember that. Making trading strategy as well as a research paper. If you're interested in having a look at giving some constructive criticism. Sure. And I remember when he said that, I wasn't familiar with the constant and the math. I was Googling it at the time. But I'll read into it. I'd love to see it. If you send anything, you got to send like a paper or something. Just drop it in my Discord. Or send me Matt at Rocket Scooter. I'd love to take a look at it. It's does it have to do with like fractal type pattern analysis kind of thing? Like I was researching that. It's, you know, I'm 20 years removed from college, so I don't remember everything from math. It's fractal price movements. That's what I thought. Link to your Discord. Yeah, in the description below. Is a live account 60/40 rule? Yep. It's that's correct. With my funded, I believe it is. I haven't received my first tax stock with him, but we did not employ ourselves into a commodity pool. Instead, I'd sign a power of attorney, which I believe means that I'm just trading their money, which means I just have a right to trade their money, and it's their account, which means they'll be getting a 1256, and then I'll be charged the same tax for me. So I'm assuming with that it's a 60/40 rule instead of partnership distributions. Yup. Boom, boom. Okay, fellas, ladies, hey, yeah. I say, what's cooler than being cool? Ice man. All right. We got this nice little bump at the start of the day. I grabbed the long on it. I'm chilling. I didn't touch it with my live accounts. Like my serious accounts, I didn't. I grabbed it with one of my Tradeifys that has plenty of buffer that needs to make 5 to 10K anyways. If you guys didn't notice, I've now made 150K profit with Tradeify in my straight to fundeds. I'm inching forward just to get the payouts now. That's why the balance is not growing to 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. You guys know the drill. The goal is to put 30 to 50K buffer in each account, get each payout, which the first payout takes longer. And then from there, inch your way forward with all the other payouts. That way you have a huge buffer in your account each time you take a payout. I described this earlier. And again, this is why you guys watch me here, because I figure out better ways to beat the system. And this was genius. It cost me nothing money to do this. Okay, so I'll repeat what I said this morning. Tradeify has a $9,000 profit target on these straight to fundeds with the 20% consistency, okay? And a 10-day trading period, okay? 20% in 10-day. What that means is you're limited. 20% consistency means you're making roughly $1,800 a day, give or take, to beat both these rules. 10 days, you're gunning for $900 a day. So as long as you land between 1,800 and 900, you're going to pass it between 5 and 10 days. You should be good. Your next payout is going to have to be a $4,500 target with the same consistency, and the next one's a 3,000. They taper you down, and here's why they do it. It's genius how Brett set it up, but I figured out how to beat it. So say that you make your 9,000, and then you take a payout, which is minus 3,000 bucks. Okay, so now you've inched your way to 9,000. You've taken out 3,000, and now you have a $6,000 buffer, and that's your actual buffer that caused you to bust the account. 6,000 now needs to make $4,500 on top of it. So now your new profit target is actually $10,500 total at 20% consistency, blah, 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 blah. You need to make $4,500 more. So instead of 18 and 9, you actually are now making 900 and 450 per account, because you have to trade smaller to get a smaller target in the same amount of time. You can't trade big. And all the while, you just have a $6,000 buffer. You get to 10.5, you take out 3 again. Now you have 7,000. I'm sorry, Yeah, 7,500. Okay. And then you add 3,000 as the next profit target. Again, it's $10,500. And then you take out 3,000. And then again, you're down at 7,500. At no point in time are you ever really able to get maximum impact of these accounts. Brett will give you a maximum of $15,000 of the account when they roll you into live, which means at any point in time, they go, guess what? Congratulations, you're going to live. Whatever the balance is goes to live. And the way they have it set up so that you can inch your way to payouts, because those of you are just trying to trade because you need the money or whatever, you never really get the full amount when you go to live. Plus, the whole time you're juggling a like 10K balance that Donald Trump can obliterate, snap of a finger, right? So my genius idea was, fuck the consistency on the first payout. Let me get $50,000, 30 to 50K profit in each account. Yes, I need a $9,000 profit target, but I got 50K in there. I got my 10,000 times 5 is my consistency on some of these. Okay, fine. Now I get to the first payout. It might take, like, this is 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. So you're trading these for months anyways. But for me, the first month will get me extremely far ahead. I want to get 30K was my target though. 30 to 50, so land somewhere in there. And basically just trade hard right out the door. Then I finally get my first payout from 50K, and now I got a $47,000 balance sitting there. You probably want to do this with maybe 30K, not 50, but 30 to 50. So you basically have $27,000 to $40,000 sitting there. Now you can play Brett Simba's game here, except you're balancing around a $25,000 buffer. What does that mean? Well, you can survive a various Trump tweet here or there that can hit the account that you can easily make it back. Imagine doing all this work, and then at some point in those 3 or 4 months, a tweet destroys all your work. You got to start over. Here, never have to start over, never have to buy another account. Each one of these accounts have so much fat in them. Now they're just inching forward to get their next payout. You guys like that, right? So the idea is I'll make, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, whatever in each trade, and then finally get the first payout, and then I'm going to be making 900, 900, 900, 900, 900, and then 450, 450, 450. The goal is to have a buffer to where I never blow up and you only buy the accounts one time. No monthly fee on these things. And that, my friends, was a brilliant choice. I told you guys in February I was going to do something like this. In March, actually, I was going to do something like this. And it's worked out amazing. I have survived the market crash with the same 5 accounts. Isn't that crazy? So when you're trading these things, remember, having a buffer in the account to get rid of trailing drawdown, daily loss limit, drawdown, all that stuff is crucial to having maximum navigation in these accounts. Plus, with the 1 and 2 contracts I'm trading, even losing $5,000, $6,000 would have probably got me close to blowing up had I been following the rules they want you to follow. Creating Matt's own rules, I can get them on the news. I can take a $5,000 hit like it's nothing. Pretty cool, right? So if you think about it, now I got that idea from the Apex traders who used to purposely tank the first payout so they can, essentially Apex traders would YOLO out the door too at very little risk. Be able to build a big ass buffer in the account to get over the daily loss limit and or the trailing drawdown or whatever. And then flip the account by just opening and closing a trade each time. Say that you make like $40,000 and then you flip, and then you close out, apply for a payout, and they deny you. And traders are like totally okay with that because then all the rules start over and then you got a $40,000 payout just to inch your way forward. And maybe you made another $2,000 and then you get $42,000 in your pocket. That was a very valid way to game the Apex system that most people did. Purposely tank your first payout, right? Yeah, that's what a lot of people did. And this is like, okay, let me purposely blow the consistency first time with Tradeify. And now I got a buffer. Brett's not taking another $1 from me in the last, I don't know how many months. So that's kind of like the cool part, right? So the buffer is just where you blow up the account. So whenever you start on to the next payout, all it is how much, where does your account blow up? It's when you fall to 0. After you make your first 9,000 on these 150Ks, whatever your account balance is your account balance. And falling back to starting point is where you actually blow up. So then if you had 6,000 left, you need to make 4,500 without losing 6. If you had 30,000 left, you need to make 4,500 without losing 30,000. So the way I did it makes the first payouts extremely hard, but the last payouts almost guaranteed. Like I would have to be a fucking idiot to blow up $50,000 trading accounts, trading 5 micros and 1 mini each to get the payout. You know what I'm saying? It's almost impossible. Even if I tried to do that with 1 e-mini, I couldn't even lose 50K with 1 e-mini, even if I purposely tried to lose. The randomness of the market wouldn't even make it happen. And Tyler, as Tyler's reminding you, those days in Apex are absolutely done. But the idea is that with the consistency rule, guys, if you can build a buffer in these prop firm accounts and you're trying to save money, I've been babysitting the same Tradeify accounts forever. Couple of them are on payouts 5 and 6. Some of them are still on payout 1 because I'm trying to still build a big fat buffer. I'm purposefully putting a big fat stack. That way, the moment they put me to live, you know, Pat got 2 like $20,000 accounts or whatever like that. I ain't gonna get 2 accounts. I'm gonna get 5 $15,000 accounts. Brett's gonna hand me a $75,000 worth of Tradeify's money to trade with, and it didn't cost me anything to do it. I'm telling you, don't play their rules. Play your own rules. If you're inching along to the consistency, yes, you get your first payout in the first 10 days. Some of these, it's taken me, 2 months to get the first payout. Don't even care. After that, I'm just going to roll forward until he pushes those accounts to live. And there's zero probability that I'm not going to get $75,000 of Tradeify's money to trade with. Just took me a little longer to do it. And it was super cheap to do it. Imagine inching your way forward and blowing up, and inching your way forward and blowing up, inching your way forward, blowing up. Every blow up, quote unquote, I've survived huge losing days. I've taken 15K days in these accounts sometimes, or total. I've had big ups and downs. I took a 10K loss last week like it was nothing. You know what I mean? So I've always traded my real accounts, obviously with a bigger buffer than what I trade with, and that was the goal here. At the start, when you're betting pretty big, you blow up a little bit at the start to build your first 10K buffer in it, but after that, you slow down, you're good. Somebody said this guy's a genius. Well, I mean, I'm always trying to figure out better ways to do stuff and play games. And the whole point of this is going to be cheaper, right? And I'm going to walk to the finish line and at the max amount. Even if they don't make me wait till the end, even if they just stare at this balance and go, holy shit, we're going to have to pay this guy, another shit, 40, 50, 60, $70,000 of our money. Let's just move him to live now. That was also my other safeguard, was that they see how big of a balance they're staring at. They may just decide they don't want to pay me and they just kick me to live tomorrow. I'm totally okay with that also. I want them to be like, what is this guy doing? We got to do something about him. He's way far ahead. So he's going to get to a place where every 10 days we're cutting him $15,000 checks. Okay, well, let's move him to live now so we start making money together. You know what I mean? So Brett already teased me on Twitter by saying it's time to go live. So maybe they're contemplating it already. What's up, Ali? Bro, I was looking at your Instagram this morning. I saw your story, bro. You're barbecuing, man. You're like chilling. Was a like rooftop pool, dude. Ollie's over here living the lifestyle, man. I woke up, I was like, there you go. That's the way to do it. Barbecuing, having a drink in the pool. Just by himself, just chilling, enjoying his day. That's a good morning today. I was like, dude, I'd be up there with you, man. It's like, it's a beautiful morning. Just chilling. Shame that all that profit will be wasted just to go. I don't care about the profit. All that profit gets wasted because of Uncle Sam. I mean, once you really get paid out, every $100,000 you make, you lose almost 40% of it to taxes. You lose 20% of it or whatever the profit split. Your take-home pay from prop firms is less than half of what you made anyways. I don't care about it. I'd rather them roll the balance in the 60-40 and I start making real money, 60-40 taxes. Yeah, it is a shame to let $100-something thousand of, fake profit go. But if I got paid it out, I'd only really net 50 less K of that, right? Puerto Rico, here we come. Tyler, we need to move to Puerto Rico, bro. Let's go. All right, let's set it up. All right, I got my open price here. We're going to wait to see what the what the opening read is. Let's go ahead and get ready. Oops. Okay. Put my glasses on. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it'd be cool to make all that money, but in all honesty, my prize is to go live, and my prize is to get on the leaderboard, and my prize is to be the top trader on the leaderboard. And freaking Pat's got like a 3-month head start on me, and he's way the fuck up. So I don't even know if I'll ever catch up anytime soon. He's been crushing it too hard. So, but my goal is to try to get up there if I can. Why is this not loading up? And I want to get on their leaderboard. Those are my real goals. All right. Let's see. Spy here. It's crazy. Yeah. I think Pat's #1 on their leaderboard right now. Homo got way the fuck up there. All right. Lower. Here's the thing. I could take the B setup at the close, but I told you guys today, unless Resilience came out stellar. I don't think I'm going to long through the box. Okay, so we are dropping through SPY down here. I'm gonna chill on this, even though res is positive. I want to see us fall lower. Now I could probably take a scalp off of this in one account just to have something, but I have some kind of spidey sense that I kind of want to avoid this today. So even if I did trade something, it would have to be like one contract, and I'm not going to do it. I don't know what it is. I just had this weird sensation today that today the market was going to open and drop out. So let's see what we got here. Was my spidey sense good on this, boys? What do y'all think? Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. If we get 1,000 viewers, I told you guys every single day, we get 1,000 viewers, I'm going to go out there and buy an additional Tradeify straight to fund it. I'll commit $5,000 a day to the stream. We're going to do giveaways every day at 10 o'clock to 10:30. So pretty much in about an hour from now, just be in the stream. And I'm going to go out and buy $5,000 with the Tradeify straight to funded, so I can give away one extra every month. We already give away 100 accounts every single month. Our partners donate 80 accounts to us to give away every month. And I'd be excited to add 20 more funded accounts to the roster, make a single funded trader every single day if you guys stay here and check us out. All right, let's go. Half gap here. There is a possible B entry on NASDAQ and S&P here at the half gap. The question is, do I believe in it? Heavy enough to take a one stab at it with one contract. I can take a B setup with one, maybe one contract. Should I? Just one to fill the gap, but resilience is good at 50. But I'm talking one contract, and I don't even care. If it breaks through and busts this, I'd be so happy to lose this, because I'd love, you guys know, I'd love to long at lower DDB or DDD. I sound like a Morse code over here. Lower DD band or lower MHP. I love to get those lower trades off the bottom there. It'd be kind of nice. And we'll see. My spidey sense is the market's going to sell hard today. I feel it. I don't know why. I just feel it. And I hope it does. I really do. Okay, NASDAQ looks like we closed. Hold on. I just feel it. I don't know why. I just feel it. Feel in my bones. Why did I have this? Okay, hold on. Oh, that's the wrong place. Okay. 15 o'clock here. All right. Sorry, I was marking that wrong. Okay, so here's the setup today, guys. This is a terrible long. I mean, the idea is decent, right? Half gap support res greater than 0 to go back up to the top. That is a long play setup. It's possible to take something like that, but I'm touching it with one account. I'm already up 6,000 for the day. I don't really believe in this that well. I'm not very convicted on this. I feel like my spidey sense today tells me the market's going to flush. So I kind of hope it does. I really do. QQQ at the bottom of its box. Why is my... That's not right. Hold on. S&P at the bottom of the box. Okay. QQQ. Let's watch monthly map real quick. Monthly maps are clean. Nice bull market 3 months out. We're in a bull zone. Bull zone sloping down. Bear zone sloping down. It's nice and bullish. So this is just a gap fill scalp from here back to there. I'm not super convicted that it's going to work. Although all the data looks good. So I'm just going to take it with one account, hit it small. And if I lose 500, I'll be more than happy to take a $500 loss. Why is my close price at the wrong place? Am I just like an idiot? Where was yesterday's close? Here. Oh, that's why I am an idiot. Okay. You guys should unsubscribe now. All right. So I'm recopying the redistribution zone here, which is the space between yesterday's close and today's open. Half gap should be support with res greater than 0, but not going to happen. Like I said, my conviction is this really small. If I were actually not on the stream, I probably would avoid taking any kind of long trade here, even though I kind of have to take the probabilistic move. And I'm very okay with taking a tiny little loss if it doesn't hold bottom of the box. Bottom of the box usually supports and holds with this resilience line number greater than 0. One contract, one account, risking nothing, already up 6K. Just to scalp it through here, but I just have this weird feeling that today's the day we're going to flush. And I don't know why, other than the market's going to sell the news. But I'm going to take the long anyways, but it's not long to break out rally. It's long just to here, maybe to here, and then I'm going to close out. I really do feel like today's one of these days, okay? And I don't know why. Well, I got that feeling. So I made 24K yesterday. I mean, I'm way up. I just made 50. I just passed the $150,000 mark with Tradeify. I'm super excited. I'm so far up on my Funded Futures live account. The risk team sent me email yesterday. I tweeted it, congratulating me on my stellar performance in live, reminding me that I've made so much money. I should probably take a payout. I thought that was kind of funny. That's what I'm gonna tell you guys. Whoever you watch on YouTube or whatever, you know, we love that you guys hang out with us. I'm one of the few out there that's really doing this real money. When you're doing so good that the risk team is writing you to remind you that you need to take your payouts because you're not taking them because you made too much and they want to get paid out too. That's why you guys watch us over here, because we're the real deal, baby. Try to be the real deal here. Some people just wish they had a payout, you know, but the next echelon you're at is you want that risk team begging you to take a payout, right? So there you go. You're doing too good. You could take some money out. Today gonna be like today. Is today gonna be like today, Benny? I hope today's like today. But I've been lucky, dude. But between December and now, the market's been kind of shitty. You know, it hasn't always been super amazing like that. But this last 2 months have just been perfect. Market gets crummy sometimes. It gets a little difficult for some of y'all to trade, but you got to hang in there and survive, right? What's the best A plus setup to go long on? Bear zone, bull zone bottom, bear zone top, monthly hedge pressure. Today, if the market hasn't flushed to like key A plus setups yet, there is A plus here, A plus here, A plus here. Like if the market were to flush today for whatever reason, you got all kind of good setups down at the bottom. But the B setup from the gap fill where I just long from is basically from here to half gap with positive res is really like that trade I just said this morning. That's just it. For whatever reason, I'm going to be kind of a wuss on this. I just did it for demonstration purposes. I'm going to close out. I'd have a weird feeling about it, even though it can go and fill the gap here. I did close out at profit. I don't feel the momentum that we need, but I think it's still probably going to go up. I'm not betting on a crash. But inside of this, we're just so far away from really strong targets. Either A, this is the low and it rallies from here, or B, the market fills the gap and then we continue to sell. No shorting, no selling. There's no evidence this market's coming down. It's probably going to go up to here. About 20,020, 22,020. Today's better A plus setups are all like way down in here. So the cool thing about, let's see, hold on. This is 603, 587, 240 points lower. So from here about 760. Yeah. So everything is like all the way down in here. All your A plus stuff all stacks up like it's 760. So the coolest thing for today would be, you know, either A, like we've been doing, inch the market forward. There literally is no pivots inside of here. There's nothing. And that's kind of the hardest part to trade is the box is all we've got, which is I took that little introductory trade. This is it. There's nothing else down here at all. All the goods are down here. All these 90 percentiles are like way out the screen here. Be kind of nice, right? To get those guys. We got this one and we got this one and we got this one. They're all down in here. So if today was the day where the market just sold and sold and sold and sold, and we found just one of those days, and I was able to scoop up something here for a retrace, I'll have another 20K day. So the question is, do I just want to inch my way forward? I want a P&L update. All right, hold on. Little demonstration trade here for a $43 loss. Let's go. The risk team is gonna write me another email and be like, nope, sorry. Just kidding. You lost $43. For whatever it is, I just feel like today's probably the exhaustion day. Big bump up, obvious news, everybody got on board, and maybe it might just be the day. Now again, I don't think it sells off from here. There doesn't seem to be any momentum for that. But I just have a weird feeling about today, and sometimes my intuitions are pretty good. I'm not shorting it. Oh, hell no. Like nothing tells me the market's gonna short. But when I have an intuition, like it just feels like this is the day where things may not be so good, I can always just sit out and wait. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do I know about Lilu Prop Firm? I've never used them before. But I do like the name Lilu. That's kind of cool. That's from Fifth Element. I like that. Lilu Multipass. A+ on ES. Okay, same thing. I'm a non-bull today, as Fred has said. Yeah, a non-bull. I don't know why. I just have that feeling this day might be the day that we flush out. Bulls on bottom. S&P again. Oh shit! I did the Nasdaq calculation on SPY. Okay, let's do this differently. SPY was 60 points lower from here. Yeah, like 59.80. Bulls on bottom and all that stuff is like way off the charts at the bottom here. So, like all down in here. SPY has a better chance hitting monthly hedge pressure inside of here. Oops. So S&P is going to hit its target first. Now the normal thing is the normal B setup, which is still really good setup, is so long from here. I just had this feeling that the stocks were going to sell, and be careful because res is actually tanking. We might pop up to here in just a second, and the R&R is just 10 points in S&P. It's just not worth it, right? This is why I'm kind of avoiding it, because I don't get a lot of spread in this half gap. It's a flat open. We traded down overnight, popped up on the news, and we don't have much of a zone to play in. It's going to be choppy resilience today. So Nasdaq is actually 160 points lower for bull zone from here. Hold on, let me do this. 534, 160, 160 from here. So 800 is Nasdaq's bull zone A+ right here. S&P is going to pivot sooner. So because of that, let's watch S&P today. S&P is going to be like the telltale sign, and S&P resilience is now negative. Guys, my freaking spidey sense on point. I felt it. I could feel it in my bones. I don't know why. Negative resilience. This can be sell-off day. I never say that. I'm never like a doomsday kind of guy. I'm never a short kind of guy, and I'm still not shorting it. Negative resilience does not mean selling off. Negative resilience just means it's going to have a hard time rallying. It still can fight its way to here and still try to fight and still try to fight and still try to fight and then ultimately give up. Sure. Typically like that. It's the rarest of the rare for decent markets that are bullish to just fall and fall and fall and fall. That's the rare of the rare. So we might pop up to there in a second. Yeah. This is not A+ in here. This is just 10-point gamble. No short. I don't short, but if we watch it fall, oh, we're gonna have a good time watching this thing fall, right? That'd be nice. And you guys know me, I'll be the first person taking along here at MHP. 6014, if we do fall 40 points or whatever, that's good. I'll make 20K scalping 15, 20 points off of that. Watch. If we fall today, I'll have another 20K day. I got the inside info. Market makers called me. I'm friends with all of them. Duh. Do I trade pre-market? I did today, T6, yeah. But I don't normally trade pre-market. I just took a 2-contract long in one of my 18 accounts on CPI. Just to chill. There's really not much. Days like this kind of suck, especially if days like this turn into like another melt-up day. I usually hate days like that because, you know, there's really no momentum to come from this. We have PPI tomorrow, I believe, news, and then we have Michigan numbers on Friday. Lilu also has a ranch and they sell steaks. Wait, the same as the prop firm company? Good. It was a good wuss call. Took the long top of bar long. Yeah. I just wussed out and closed it out for $43. 10-year note might move the market. Is that, oh, is the 10-year today? Oh, yeah. Did I not see that? Thanks for reminding me, dude. Let me make sure I got everything here. I got so many. I'm like, what are all these windows open? Oh yeah, we're talking about how Woolite Dark has manly packaging. Look how cool that looks. My favorite laundry detergent. These are the A+ setups I do all the time to show you guys really quick. So you can't beat Woolite Dark, man. It's the best. All right, here. Monthly hedge pressures way down here. Hedge pressures way down here. Zones way down here. There's no real. These are your A+ right here. All these strong bull setups. This is the A, and all the rest of them are A+. So the blue is A, and all the other ones are A+. These are it right here. It's there. A is considered 80% or better probability. A+ is considered 90% or better probability under ideal conditions. Ideal conditions is these alerts. Yellow and green only, and then your confluences are with it. The normal condition, which is anything that goes, like none of your confluences lined up, 70% is considered A+, and 60% is A. God, my spidey senses are so good. I mean, where's my... I forgot my juice. I forgot my juice. Hi, Doc. Honey, babe. Baby doll. I was walking upstairs, feeling like I was forgetting something. I'm checking my pockets. I'm like, I know I'm forgetting something. Can you do me a favor? Oh, somebody don't want that. Somebody doesn't want that Von Cleef bracelet then. All right, never mind. Never mind. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I forgot, man. I was in such a hurry today. I woke up late. Pickle was throwing up. She should really be sugar mama. She's an eye doctor. Doctor over here. Mama makes her own money. But even though she makes her own money, she just like to spend mine. That's how it works. That's how life is, guys. You're always, no matter how much she makes, she's gonna still spend your money. She's smart. She's fucking smart. That's why. I'm the dumb one. Short shorts making noise. Yeah. Good deal today. Fall into basically pre-CPI. There is no pivot here, which is, yeah. So I'm just watching all of it together. Let me go ahead and remove this hedge pressure because it's just in the way. We know what's there. We have no pivots until lower low. So let's keep our eyes on like what the newer places. QQQ has bull zone there. Let's see which one is the sooner pivot. And SPY's usually when SPY's farther away on maps. Okay, so Nasdaq has about 130 points to fall. S&P has 20. So about the same. They're all going to bounce in the same place. So let's watch S&P then. The only pivot we do have is here. And the question is it going to hold open and keep rallying? We'll see. Today, it just basically filled the impact level, right? The anchor point, an impact line from the move. And we're down here. I don't think we're crashing out today, but I would love more than anything to see this thing fall out today. That'd be so awesome. That would be amazeballs. Why have I chosen ES today? Because it's the closer pivot. They're based, and plus, whenever the market's kind of looking bad, like it's going to sell or whatever, the S&P is the stronger of the two indices because it's more representative of the entire stock market. The Nasdaq doesn't have, energy or financials or utilities in it. So you're going to not really understand if market's just rotating or people just dumping everything out. If people are dumping everything, the S&P will be selling off. If people are dumping tech and dumping communications and whatever, and then buying real estate or buying consumer staples, right? The S&P is going to still be flat while the Nasdaq's selling off. So you're trying to watch to see if the market's selling off today. Resilience is just giving us that nasty today. The market's going to be selling off. When that's the case, then we want to watch the S&P because we want to see, is the market actually selling or is the market rotating? Kind of. Okay, mouse. Go crazy. All right. The 30-year bond auction is today. Is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow. 10-year today, 30-year tomorrow. So yeah, the 10-year could probably be cause some cause for concern today. So be cautious around lunchtime. Fred is about to start having the mindset of Doc never spends your own money. Her money is my spending money. Guys, we have to revolt. We need to have a revolution. You fucking love resilience. Oh yeah, dude. It's so good. What am I trading today? I'm going to wait for a dip. So let me draw on my screen what I want to see. What's likely is that the market trickles up. Is like likely. Okay. It's not expected to crash. Likely. We are also below a yellow line, you guys. So that yellow line is resistance. If it does tend to fall, this is like maybe. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my longs off of strong pivots. This is what I want to get right here. If we flush, I'm going to make a fortune on the way up. If we touch this upper yellow line right here with negative res, I'd be willing to take a short. So I'm actually prepping to possibly take a short today on the confirmation of rejection of this yellow line, 60.56. So just because resilience is negative. Why is my mouse freezing up? What the fuck is going on here? My computer is like thinking. All right, who's hacking me? I feel like something's about to crash. 99% of my RAM is being used for by what though? Firefox is using a lot. Tradebait, what is running? My fucking. I guess they're closing some browser tabs down, maybe. Take your swim. What can I close down? And I have really good RAM. I have a lot of RAM, but looks like my computer's just like. Let me close Thinkorswim for now. Let me close down some Firefox tabs too. I kind of do have a zillion tabs open. Okay, resilience is sort of repairing itself right now. All right, did that clean up some? All right, so likely trickle back up to the top. Yellow line could be a sell-off point. All right, guys. I'm being hacked. Need to download more RAM. I tried downloading more RAM. It didn't work. How am I running? Like, how am I maxing out 32 gigs? I must be like Firefox using 16,000 megs. Tradebait using 4. That's already more than half right there. I should just get 64 stick and then call it a day. Yeah, res is back to positive. So likely back up the top here. Yellow line could be a crush. Do I want to try? Why does Tradevate always, this is what's happening. It's these like mobile instances of Tradevate like freeze up. Tradevate's just fucking garbage, dude. I hate this. I hate fucking Tradevate. I mean, I used to love it so much, but it's just trash. Like, I have to reload the browsers. That's what's going on. Okay, that's what's doing it. Okay. Like, you need to fix their shit. Okay. That's what it was. They were just like browser instances that were broken. Question is, yellow line short could be possible. So here. If I get so lucky and this turns into a yellow line short and a monthly hedge pressure long, oh, that'd be so awesome. That'd be great. That'd be really great. It's not an A+ setup to short. It's not really a good one to short. But it's definitely there.
Order filled.
I'm going to take one short on one of these not funded X accounts. One ES contract, that's it. Nothing more. I'm going to take one more at the top of the box in some other accounts. I'm going to start building a short position in here with res deteriorating on NASDAQ and res starting to deteriorate on S&P. It is looking pretty good for some selling. Let me try S&P. I can just go 6 points under. That's not that big of a deal. Let's just do one. Okay. I think I'm comfortable with that. Resilience is starting to turn negative. Okay. Let's build it up. Just one contract here, S&P, and then I'll take one more at the top. This is not an A+ setup, guys. This is like a B-ish setup. Resilience is starting to decay. I don't normally short off a half gap, but this is a nice tight box. Little green pop candle in a second here to touch the yellow line, and then I'll throw one more contract at it from here to here. Stop loss, I'll do maybe like 5 points above. And that's it. I don't normally take a short. It's not a short setup we teach. It's not a high probability sell either. But if this resilience number clears 0 and starts to hold, then it's probably gonna be okay. Again, I don't normally try to fade the market. Stocks are starting to do better, so it's not a good short setup. I'm gonna do. Let's see what Nasdaq is doing here. In that same boat here. Pop up to the top of the box here. Not the most probable setup, guys. Promise. I don't think it's a good setup, to be honest. But if the stocks do sell, they're trying to sell. We just have to see if it creates an effect of like continual selling. Okay, let me make this full screen so y'all can see it. Let me redraw this. Yeah, it was those Tradeovates. Like, basically, my Tradeovate browser is like taking up so much RAM. When I closed them down and reopened them, it dropped. Okay, so half gap support, resilience greater than 0 is supported from here to here. This is likely the path. And then with negative res is the condition. So I'm betting on something that hasn't happened yet to bet that it does happen. Negative res is a flush, okay, from the top of the box. If only, and it's getting there. If res greater than less than 0, it can be a flush day. From the top though, not from the middle. Usually it'll fill the gap and flush and dump. I mean, pump and flush. And then big longs from here. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. 300 likes in here with 800 people. Can you guys do me a favor? Quickly smash that like button. Give us some love. Remember, as we get close to 1,000 viewers, we're gonna start giving away one funded Tradeify account every single day. I already give away 2 to 5 trading accounts every single day with prop firms. We give away 100 a month already. But from our partners donate 80. I buy more to do giveaways, and we're gonna be doing tons of giveaways this week. Today we're gonna give away a funded Tradeify account today. Friday we're giving away 5 funded ETF accounts on Friday. Don't miss out on that. Use Rocket Scooter code everywhere you go. The more you do, the more we can get from these guys. I'm kind of excited to see us grow in space. All right, let's roll it. Oh, that'd be so cool to see this market just like do something good, you know what I mean? Flush it, flush it, flush it. Pop to yellow, then turn and sell. Let's see it. Resilience is never wrong. It's just early. It's more likely, unless Trump comes through and tweets something, likely up. Okay, the path is likely up. Everything is looking good. Likely up to yellow. The negative resilience does keep price in the lower half of the box, right? Which is why I'm trying to build a short inside of here. And again, it's a B setup. It's not the best setup. The probability of this is slightly better than a coin flip. And it's not going to just crash from here. It's going to probably pump a little bit higher to put some squeeze before it comes down. But just in case in the drawdown to 6 points, I can absolutely hold it. We're watching this white line at the bottom of the screen. This is what we're watching. This is keep your eye out on here. I'm gonna write the word watch here so you guys know. Watch. White line. That's all we need to see today. The white line numbers are printed off to the left. -4, -15. Negative is negative. It means the stocks are in that place. You can hear music today, can't you guys? Yeah, you gotta turn up. I can hear the music. Hi all, what's up? White line is the most important one in this setup because what the white line is telling you are the stocks rallying through their gap or are they fading their gap? And when it's negative, the net sum of market cap is fading its gap. So the stocks right now are fading their gap. Okay. So the dashed line on the screen should be resistance, which is what you're seeing right now. You see how it's resistance right now? It doesn't guarantee it's going to flush, but I am betting that it will. And the white line resilience has just deteriorated a little bit further, right? Now it's -12. Now it's -30, and the index is ticking up. Isn't that crazy? So now the stocks are further falling, and the index is ticking up. It's a recipe for a pop and drop. So let's see. Best prop company right now, again, it depends on what kind of props you like to do, Greg. End of the day drawdown, ETF. I'm sorry, end of the day drawdown is my funded futures. Static is ETF. Straight to funded Tradeify. And ETFs is getting up there, but they haven't been on the scene as long for the straight to funded. But basically, that's the spread. My recommendation are those. Watch that white line. Negative, negative. If it goes positive, it means the stocks are picking up momentum. But let's see if my spidey senses were good today. Let's see if I fucking nailed it. Let's see if I get it. Oh, flush the monthly hedge. Oh, that would be so great. That would be so great. Oh, that would be so great today. Very rarely I pop the short button, you guys know it, but I was betting on resilience deteriorating. I had a spidey sense this morning that resilience would deteriorate, and it did. And then now we're watching it. Now we hit 0, and then once we hit 0, I started building a short because the Nasdaq was worse and S&P was not doing as good. And then now it's at the middle. Now the stocks are pushing lower. Now, be careful here. It could have a little green bounce to the top from here. Like, boom, boom. Squeeze out everyone trying to short now. And then press it down, which is why entry position one contract. Nothing big. Right. Here we go. If it flushes the MHP, baby, you send me a Superman costume. Let's go. Where's Spider-Man mask? I should get one for the next stream. So you can see how the index is starting to squeeze a little bit higher. Right, the stocks are not performing as well. Our index resilience is really good at telling you the truth of the market. Now we know how this market plays out. It's going to squeeze up to this yellow line. Lock some bulls into the trade, and then if it were to flush, it will flush from where I drew it. Just watch. Now the index is trying to rally without the stock supporting it. This is how you can see a fake out. It's at the top of that box there. Glasses on, serious business time. Index is moving ahead of the stocks. Can't have that. Come on, touch that upper yellow line. You guys see this? This is what we call a bull trap. bait some bulls in here, go up here, go up here. And again, if the white lines pop, then it's good, but the white lines are still bad, which means what this white line is telling you is that most of the stocks relative to their own gap are actually down in here. And if it's getting worse, it means more stocks are fading their gap. Right now, there's not enough stocks pressing through to rally to give us the move. There's that likely up right here. $50.56 is it. Touch that yellow line. And again, yellow line is a, it's like a B- kind of setup, but I don't normally try to fade a market. It's not normally my trade. Come on, get up to that upper. Touch that pivot. Never cheat yourself by getting in short too early. Like if I hit that yellow, I'll hit it one more contract. Sell. Stock's trying to make a run for it, and then there's a rejection. So let's get the final green candle to pop, please. Again, this is probably the first time in like 2 or 3 weeks you see me try to short a market. Other than that, it's be sitting here all day watching it chop around and waiting. So I'm gonna play the top half from the bottom half as part of my little scalping philosophy here. Let's see what the... You'll never short again. It's un-American. That's right. Levels on NASDAQ, it's going to be the same, dude. They're going to pivot at the same place. So, NASDAQ's at the top of its box there. It's like basically the same. All right, I'm going to add to my position just at the top of the box. 20.016 and 745 at the bottom. Actually, NASDAQ has a 802 as the pivot. It's right about 800 as the pivot on NASDAQ. If we catch it. Like I said, if we catch it. We're close enough. So this is today's open. Right up to there. Okay, now S&P is starting to try to make a run for it. Let's open up the little resilience module here to the side. Let's get that. So you actually have a 2-second updating resilience off to the right here. That's it. And I'm watching it. Some of the stocks trying to make a pop for it, but we'll see. But careful here. There are some stocks starting to move. So this might not work. But R&R is really tight on this one. No big deal. I'm coming off like a huge winning day yesterday. And I don't normally like to bet on flushing markets. Resilience just took another leg down. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right. There's the up. There's the push. Here it is. Likely up to here. And then res is negative. So just a matter of time. Unless the stocks improve. This is a little fake out move. And there is no agreement on the stocks. Only a matter of time. So this is probably... If there is a resistance sell-off, it's probably... The R&R is great. Like on a setup like this, it's fucking fabulous. Let me see if I can't press something good on some of these accounts here. Okay, let me add one more account to the mix. Okay. Resilience is negative. It filled the gap. It's a fake move. Yeah, I mean, it's the R&R is there. I mean, there's not really... If it continues to trickle higher, there's no evidence that would do that. But we'll see. -7 S&P, -30 on NASDAQ. It would be the weirdest of the weird for this to go up here and the stocks not be moving. Hey, what's up?
Oh, so sorry.
It's okay. No, you don't have to come up here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice robe.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming all the way up here. So this is not one of our A+ setups. This is definitely like, I wouldn't even be longing it here. I would, if I wasn't trying to do this, I would just kind of be waiting. So this should be resistance, by the way. And again, normally it squeezes before it does something. And the question is, how does it squeeze? So all should be resistance here. Bull trap. I feel it. Let me load up my Thinkorswim real quick. So he's like $1,000 of risk on the table just on this one. And the stocks are starting to do slightly better. So now the index has moved a little faster. The stocks are pushing higher. It might save itself. So white line here now finally went positive. Could be a false alarm on this setup. The stock's got a little bit better. So here. All right, let everything back up over here. Good deal. Yeah, so now everything got good. So the white line probably showing that I am on the wrong side of the trade. So pretty soon I might get squeezed on this. It might be a loss. But I usually side on the side of the stocks that they're selling. I'm getting about like maybe 5 more minutes and I'll bail on it. I'm gonna get caught in like a massive updrift here. So white line went back above 0, so that's kind of like the squeeze point here. It was worth a shot though. The R&R was amazing. Let's call it a day. I feel like I'm starting to get sick though. Not gonna lie. So now, if I happen to get lucky and pop inside of here, I'll just close down in here if it does fall. The stocks are starting to give support now, so this is kind of like stocks got better. So this isn't going to sell off probably. But I love to try to take it. RR is good. There really is no long setup either from here. Like the support here. 2 strong pivots were nearby with resilience negative. Not definitely worth the shot. Not A+ shot, but it's definitely worth the shot. Now this is considered support. So anything in here is support. With the stocks doing okay. We aren't gonna get that sell off after all. I was excited to see some momentum today. Not another inch forward trickle update like yesterday. I just need to find a way to get out of this one. Minimize the impact on it. I'd be willing to like lose like 1,000 on this. I know I have been getting sick. Like I feel like I have such a little bit of a sore throat thing going on, a little bit of a cough going on. me see what Nasdaq looks like over here. Yeah, so everything's looking pretty solid here for me to get squeezed. So I might start trimming this out in just a little bit. So whatever problems you did have in the stocks are now starting to repair itself. Nasdaq is the only one that's still kind of on the fence here, but it's not looking good for me for this one. And that's why I say I rarely will be trying to fade the market. I would love to get this big long at the bottom though. That would be super awesome. That final little squeeze out here. Let's see if I can't get a good place to exit this. Just pull back to the top of the box here. I can decide at that point. So if we fall inside of here and conditions haven't gotten worse, I'll liquidate right off of this white line and just take whatever little loss I got. Hopefully I just don't get like pure squeeze out of this. Yeah, so all the conditions got better, so this short's not going to take off. My thought now is, could I possibly get a better exit? Can I get a red to like close this out on? Thing is, we don't have any. There weren't any long pivots other than like essentially the box is like a gamble on whether people want to buy the stocks or not. You know, our A+ setups are all scattered way outside of this range, so I'm just playing the range inside of here. And with the stocks being in a bad spot, right? This was a good attempt, but the stocks just got better, you know, about 10 minutes ago. So essentially the index is pretty decent. Now the question is, do I want to close out on these red candles it's giving me? Like go for a lesser loss? Yeah, I'm literally give it like 5 more minutes. If everything's still holding good, I'll just start trimming this up. I don't think it's going to take off today, you guys. Let me go ahead and res is greater than 0. Everything's looking good. The stocks finally start to pick up some steam, so I don't think it's going to work. Big longs at the bottom, not going to get them. If I got them, they'd be cool though. It'd be kind of cool to get it, but white line down here. Chopping a little bit, but the S&P did turn around to look pretty decent. I think the best case scenario I can hope for now is if I get a dip to there, maybe I can close out a tinier loss. Willing to risk a little bit more. Like I said, I'm only $1,000 on the bet on this per account. Yeah, it's like now or never. We haven't seen a good like flush day in a while. But I don't think today's the day anymore. Now all I'm doing is like hoping that the stocks fall apart, which Nasdaq is still not giving momentum, which is decent. S&P is doing okay. They're not great. It's just not bad enough to sell off. You really want these to be like in the lower 20s and 30s and lower and getting worse, which is what we were seeing. But it just, people just bought the stocks. So the demand for the stock is still there. But we may get lucky. We'll see. We might get lucky. Question is, do I want to close out at this upper white line when it touches? Oh, Nasdaq is back to being negative, so we'll see. I don't know. I mean, Nasdaq gets worse. Let's look at Nasdaq off to the side here. The question I have right now is, do I just want to take a lesser loss and chill on this? Or do I want to like YOLO and hang on to it? Res is flipping, yeah. It's just not bad enough, though. That's the problem. It was bad. It was getting worse. I had great intuition on that. It was a great setup, but it just got better against me. So the question is, should I just close before my loss is bigger? I'm watching it like a hawk. It's getting worse. It's S&P still good enough, though. That's the thing. So we basically saw a rotation, right? People were dumping like big tech stocks and everything, then rotating into other things. So there's still stock demand here. Yeah, I probably should close. Nasdaq is back to being bad again, so maybe we'll see. It's a second wave right here. Nasdaq did take a little spill. Now the market's flat, waiting for the next set of moves. People are dumping tech the second time at this high. You see this again, right here. There's just no volatility, yeah. Let's go into the tech space here. All right, let's see what people are deciding to do today with like Nvidia and some other stocks. I just probably close it. Yeah, we're definitely supporting this yellow line. So let me... It didn't even come back to touch, really. This is why shorting's never my favorite. You have to just basically bet that people are going to start dumping the stocks. Right now, they're rotating. Dumping tech, but rotating pretty heavily into other things. So I might end up being right about this after all, but we'll see. We'll see. This key pivot right here, 60.56 though, this holding is actually a bad sign for my trade. But it's okay. I'm just willing to take the risk on it. But I don't think it's selling off today. We're having a bid here on the stocks. What I'm going to do is trim to 1 and hang out a little bit more with smaller risk. And then if it fails again, then it fails again, but I'm not going to take it with 2. I'm right near my stop. Should be like 65, basically. I'm just making it smaller. Yeah. There is nothing. No evidence that we're selling. But the R&R is good. That's why I'm in it. If I can give it a go. This fails, you're long again. I mean, the top of the box is a support. So this yellow line where I've drew, like where I've actually drawn right here, this right here is actually a support pivot. So the question I have is when I hit that support pivot, I'm going to watch and see what I do again. Okay, good. There's a little bit of what I wanted to see. So this is the final test. If this holds, then I'm fucked. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Now it's like back down to where I wanted it to be. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Ha. All right. Okay. It's only Macklemore there. So here's the last test of the S&P. This is make or break for today. S&P and Nasdaq are back to negative. Flat day, choppy day. If we do get selling pressure from the stocks, this is where it comes from. And this is what I was betting on. NVIDIA, I got on my screen right here. That if we do start seeing the stocks selling off, not that I want the stock to sell off, but Apple's down, NVIDIA's selling a little bit. And that's kind of what we were experiencing this morning, right? This is what's causing the rotation out of some things, but people are gobbling up S&P stocks. So this is bad for my trade. People are dumping these things, but they're jumping into like pretty much everything else. All the other sectors are pretty good. The question becomes, if tech starts picking up momentum from here like it has been, then that's why the market started moving higher. People were dumping tech right out the door, and that's what caused things to go down. And then now, so I'm watching the tech and comps just to see if that picks up a bit. Like if Apple and NVIDIA start trading lower again, then that's the momentum. Whoever was rotating out of these stocks and into the other stuff are done rotating into the other stuff. The market is not rallying hard from here. It's sitting still. The question becomes, what happens to some of these stocks here? Is this another leg of selling? And that's why I got Apple up and NVIDIA up. These are going to be the two to watch today. Apple and an NVID. So don't sleep on it. Apple's finding low session lows now. Yeah, we just got a support on res now. A little more rotation here. So yeah, my trade's not looking so hot. Not looking so hot now. But it's not terrible either. It's just not a great setup. I'm watching Nvidia like a hawk today. Nvidia and Apple both reaching, Apple reaching intraday lows. More selling on Apple. And Nvidia taking a second leg down. Nasdaq is still depleted. S&P is still good enough to not rally. But maybe my senses were good. Maybe I was ahead of the curve on this one. We'll see. Let's see if I got it. The question is, should I close out that tap? That's the one thing I'm curious about. Not wrong, just early, probably. The S&P is still good enough to rally from here, though. That's the... Otherwise, there's no setup, dude. I'd just be sitting here all day just staring at this board. Apple finding session lows. That was part of my motivation as well, watching tech just completely get some of the tech stocks and Apple get hammered. Yeah, others are doing good. Like Microsoft's doing good. Other than that, there's really no setups. All the strong pivots, all the A pluses are like way out of the way on both sides. So I don't think I'm going to get anything good on this. No, we'll see. I don't really need that right now. Rockets don't get sick. I know, right? Let's see if I can't get anything good out of this. Nvidia taking a little bit of a buy here. Even when it's slightly above zero, it's good enough to stay bullish. So that's like kind of the thing. This right here. This is the indication that we're rotating out of tech and into other things, and we're good. Still not good enough. Apple, Nvidia, just still in a place where it's not giving us. Nasdaq's not getting us some pull here. That's why I'm watching the two of them just to see if they are actually going to start moving higher. Because if they are, then that's where the momentum will come from. So this is my point to probably exit this with a lesser loss, but as we're sitting here, the conditions are still not getting that much better. This tap, and this tap is actually slightly better than the S&P. Nasdaq's actually slightly better. Yeah, they're actually getting slightly better here. So just starting to pick up strength. I might just decide to close this. Like I said, I'm playing with nothing, like no risk on the table right now. Only putting much out there. And just playing with pennies today. I made a huge, huge update yesterday. All right, Nvidia's starting to get a little selling pressure again. So like I said, keep an eye today out, you guys, on the big tech. Like this is Apple been selling off of that high. I mean, just make sure, like if Nvidia doesn't pick up and start rallying through here, we're gonna watch these today. Look at 830. Look at the wick of the 830 candle. 830 here. On a 15-minute candle? What do you mean? Wick of the 830 candle. The wick is a magnet for price. Which time frame are you talking about? 15 minutes? You talking about up here at the top? We're gonna get to the... Yeah, let me just pop this close on this. Not getting that deteriorating pressure that we want to see. And I'll call it. $1,000 play there. No down on this side. You talking about up here? Previous at the start of the day? But the resilience numbers are still coming down though. That's the thing. I'm just early, guys. It's gonna sell today. Look, we're losing key levels here. The stocks are, look, I'm early. I was early. Look at this, guys. I was right. I know I'm right. I'm right. You're right if you think you're right. I know I'm right. That's okay. Anybody here getting regular payouts from which firms? Tradeify, I get regular payouts from. My fund of futures, I get regular payouts from. ETF, get regular payouts from. A lot of people here use a lot of them. You think the trade deal talk will impact up though? Possibly, yeah. Possibly. I just know that resilience does not lie about the state of the stocks, and we're seeing it. Nasdaq is finding somewhat lower lows, almost here. S&P not way above zero. Yeah, we're coming back down. That's the hard part about melt-ups, is you never know how high they're going to go. It's too small to play. Yeah, that's the whole point, Carousel. It's way too small to play. It's like just not even 10 points. So it's not like a lot to play off of. And again, at any point in time, it's just like the market's trickling higher. There's not a lot of momentum or noise. I tried to just build something here and closed out. But if we fall below it a second time, I'll jump back in. That's a guarantee. Should be all right, I think. should be good. Back to negative and negative. So negative and negative. This is the second wave. Yeah, it's not rallying from here. Not gonna happen. If it does, I would be completely blown away. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. The stocks need to get a second tick up, and we'll see if we get that. But it might just continue to melt up slowly, which is fine. But if we drop below yellow one more time, that yellow line, I'll be willing to jump back in. So this is a hold pattern right now. It was worth a shot earlier when the conditions were bad. Now they're better. So this is a hold. Nothing up here. Hold. And if it breaks here, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna chase. I'm gonna hold off up here. Problem is we just don't have any good pivots to trade off of. That's kind of like crummy part. Okay, now we had a bounce in S&P. All right, this is wave number 2 in Nvidia. This is the real meat and potatoes. What's going on with some tech stuff? Let's see. If the stocks just start to like build momentum and go, then market's gonna move higher. The question becomes what happens. I'm very bullish this market, by the way. The short scalp was just on technical reasons because the index was showing the signs, but I'm not bearish at all this market. But I just, like I said, I think I originally was right. I was just early, and this has all the signs of people are just sneaking out of little by little stocks. Yeah. Your screen is too small for you to see? Which one? Over here. I'm just showing a little tiny piece of Apple Nvidia. This bigger? Alright, watch the white line. Watch the white line today. Hold off up here. I'm going to chase on red. On break. It's not a good long setup. It's not a good short setup either. So the question is, white line below 0, we're down here. White line above 0, we're up here. NASDAQ clearly is below 0. S&P clearly at 0 and slightly below. Yet the index is up here when the index should be down here. So that's the play I was trying to do earlier. This is why it's hard to do this play. It's why it's not an A+ setup, because it's like this. It's shitty. It kind of just, you know, baits people into a long. If it does take off, you know, essentially it's just going to just come out of nowhere, and you can see red candles just out of the blue in just a couple seconds. Blip, blip, blip. And then the market catches up. But other than that, it's going to keep trickling higher. The question just becomes, are people going to continue to sell the stocks? Are they going to buy them from here? Right now, the stocks are in a balancing point where the stocks are actually balancing lower than the index is priced at right now. So this is what we call a bull trap. I don't want to get trapped in the bull side. That's why I'm not longing it. And every once in a while, I'll try to take that fade. It's not the highest probability setup. I don't really take it that often. But yeah, now I'm chilling, holding off on this just to see what's happening with the stocks. I do believe I was right, though. Every bone in my body is telling me this ain't gonna rally. I don't know why. Resilience, why? That's why. But it tells me that like the feeling that the stocks are gonna sell. The index is doing okay now, but the feeling that the stocks are gonna sell, because the way the charts look on the stocks is what I'm seeing. So, for whatever it's worth, I personally think I personally feel the stocks are going to be selling off. And we'll see what happens. I mean, you can't predict what the stocks are going to do. That's the hardest part. So yeah, if we lose yellow one more time, it's a chase on break. But other than that, I'm going to hold off on the trickle up because there really is nothing to long off of from here. And I already made that huge long today, so it's like I don't want to really like do too much. We'll picking up a little bit of movement here. Apple's starting to get some buyers step in. Yeah. Days like this kind of suck because you don't have any pivots to trade off of. That's kind of the crummy part. There's nothing inside of our maps to give us a place to trade from. Everything's just kind of, you can trade through the box, but other than that, there are no setups in here except for taking a long scalp off of the top of the box, which was here. But you also needed these indicators to be really strong to give you that confluence, which we didn't have. So with that being said, there just really wasn't much you can do. But yeah. If we do break yellow one more time, I will chase on the break for sure. I know I was probably right. It was just early. So we'll see what happens when we get to yellow. Yeah, we'll have to see. Like I said, I just have a feeling that today's the day. The stocks are looking kind of weird. And they might be the day that people start taking some profit. I never really say that about the market, but the stock market just looks a little weird today. The stocks themselves. Resilience is fighting below zero. Yeah. Bears are toast. I mean, I don't know. I think I was right. I feel like I was early. I just feel like I was right. Now, S&P resilience is not good, not bad anymore, but so you're not get a big sell-off here, but the yellow line, strong resistance what this guy is right here. You get my little text note here. I'm usually good at like sniffing out these little bear sell-off days. Res is a really telling sign. It's usually just, it's hard to predict when the market's lost its patience. That's kind of the hard part about it. But looks like we're picking up some steam here. I still think I'm right, but we'll see. I'm going to hold off anything right here, just kind of like, just to chill. Yeah. So conditions are improving, and again, slightly better. Still keeping an eye on the major tech stocks right now. But yeah, there's no flush today. I don't think the market reverses and crashes out. But at least I do think we get back down to bottom box with negative rest. It's very possible that this happens. And we're kind of stuck inside of this range. I don't think we get lower lows. I'm not getting my A+ today for sure. But I might actually just get this bottom box here. Hey, what's up?
I'm heading out to work.
Oh. Hi, Pickle.
Kind of late, so I'm just gonna say bye.
Later, dog.
Bye. You want me to heat up a burrito for you?
I'm not trying to like shake your hand. I was reaching for a hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want me to heat you a burrito before you go?
You're just like awkwardly shaking my hand like it's like...
No, I thought you were gonna kiss my hand. Like that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kiss my hand.
Let me not disappoint you then.
Sorry that you thought I wanted to handshake you like a bro. I'm dainty.
This is like the world's worst. Look at this. Look at this. There's no firmness in that handshake. Like shake like you mean it.
You gotta kiss my hand.
Okay. All right.
You want a burrito or no?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Here you go.
Bye, chat.
Boring trading day.
Really? I'm sorry.
You don't say sorry. Just bored. What's up, Pickle?
Alright, Picka, let's go.
All right.
Oh, can I have an energy drink? I need it.
Yeah. There's some. Yeah. There's some down
an
there.
open one?
No. There's. I don't think it's an open one, but that Coke is old and flat. Can you take that Coke and trash it on the way out?
Picka, let's go.
Okay. Thank you.
Come on, baby. On your left side.
There you go. Hey. Go see your mom. You want to say hi for a minute? You always want to jump up here, and then you hate being up here. You like want me to pick you up, and then you want to bite at my face. Why are you biting? Hey. Why are you biting at my face?
He's been sleeping all day.
What?
He's been tired from his belly.
What is the? Why is he making these noises?
He doesn't want to be with you. Now he wants to
Yeah,
be
yeah, like he wants me to pick him up so that he can run. I don't understand that dog sometimes. I don't understand that dog sometimes. I don't. He stares at you to pick him up, and then he like desperately tries to get down. S&P resilience back to being negative again. Apple finding lower lows for the day. Index trickling higher any moment now. There's going to be some movement, but holding off on this little upside burp right here. Can see what's going on with that. NVIDIA bouncing around here. $144.30. Sometimes boring trading days are just boring. All right. NVIDIA now finally starting to pick up some momentum. Apple at lows for the day. NVIDIA starting to sell now. A little bit of selling pressure there. A little bit of selling pressure. Like, we're starting to see the signs. NVIDIA's half gap is right here. I've got this drawn on my screen. Apple, again, finding daily lows, and NVIDIA. We're watching NVIDIA fight. This is why a lot of what's causing resilience to bounce around. So we need to really be careful. 144.30 on NVIDIA is like that key level to pay attention to. This is why bear markets, or it's so hard to time sell-off markets, because you don't know how high they're going to go before things sell off. But you basically have to be watching things like a hawk. Apple finding intraday lows right now again. NVIDIA holding the forts. There's not a lot selling off, but still though, we're watching like a hawk. If NVIDIA holds this, then the market's going to stay good and bullish. If NVIDIA loses 144.30, that's it. Then the market's going to be finding that pressure that we were thinking we were going to get all morning. So, market is fighting. There's definitely buyers here. Just see a little bit of this little Wall Street fight here. Not a lot of momentum, and now Nasdaq resilience is starting to do slightly better because NVIDIA is doing slightly better. Some of the stocks are picking up some steam here, which is good. It could save this after all. So what we saw was a heavy rotation out of tech, and then people rotated into other things. And then they started selling out of those other things, and then they started selling out of tech again. But now everything's starting to look good. So lower likelihood now that the repair itself, there's any kind of sell-off today. So this is actually all good now. This is like bullish. With all of them above zero, super bullish now. So whatever scare there was is probably gone. Now the question becomes, where can I enter this trade? Now I would like to take again. I don't like to chase in on the long. I'd rather just miss out on it. Things are repairing themselves. I got support here and support here to be able from, if I do get it. So no longer do I want to chase the short on the break. I'm back to like, okay, buy the dip mode. The things are better now. Now I put that likely up. And Apple's finding lower lows again. Apple's getting hammered. Now this is support and that's support. When res greater than 0. And so is this. So we might actually get interaction with that yellow pivot. Let's watch when we get there. Apple's starting to tank. Lower lows, 201.75 right now. Nasdaq's starting to curve a little lower as well. It could have been right. It might have just been early, like I said. That's the real question. Question is, do I want to take it or not? That's why shorting markets are hard. I always tell you guys, shorting markets are really hard because you never know when it's going to move. You can just sense it. Now, again, my question is, do I want to buy the dip here or not? Technically, this is a support pivot here. This is a really key support pivot, actually. And now it went back to flip-flopping. Now it's like, okay, bear again. Right? That's what I'm saying. Sell-off markets are easy to sense with all the data, but it's hard. They're really hard to trade. Do I want to jump in on this or not? That's the question. See, I was right, motherfucker. Told y'all. Told y'all. Told you. Let's get ready to trade. I want to do something here. I didn't get it though. I don't fucking care. Whatever. I was just early. I don't think we're crashing though. The question is, do I want to long from here? See what I'm saying? I'm pretty good at seeing it, but the market's just random, and so it's like usually very impossible to try to trade it. That's just kind of what you deal with sometimes, you know. That's what the market gives, what the market is. And the question is, do I want to long from here? What do you guys think? Should I buy the dip here? That's the thing. Res is negative, top of the box. I could try one more time. Negative res, top with box, yellow line break. Let me try this one more time. Let's be crazy. Res is negative though. It's down again. The original trade I wanted to do. That's the question. My polarity shifted again. This is why bear markets are hard. They tend to just work their way out and then fall apart. It's now falling apart again. So now the short trade is back on. Crazy, right? Let's commit to this one though. This one's gonna be better. So like I said, I'm really good at sensing it and seeing it, but its executing is like, it should have rejected the box already with everything creeping lower, and that's what we're looking for. So you guys see what I'm saying? I'll commit to it this time. How'd I do? Pretty good, right? Now, I didn't take the trade on it. I closed out just out of the way, but this is why shorting is hard, because you have no idea how far something will go before it plays out. So now all the conditions are shit again. S&P's like in the same boat. See if I can get anything good on this. Yellow line resistance is actually one of the big reasons for markets to sell off. So that's why we're going to be very careful, like watching that one. Yep. I think this is good for a sell. I think this is it. Maybe I should do it one more time with 2. Again, it's the same trade as earlier. Yeah, let me do it. Let me do the same trade as earlier. There's some good risk management, like closing when I needed to. Apple is just absolutely dying today. Apple is just dying out. And guys, you guys know, like only like freaking 10% of days will I short the market. Oh shit, we are actually, we need to do our giveaway, but man, now the market's getting exciting. I hate when markets get exciting when it's giveaway time. Okay. Yeah, so now it's definitely negative. So polarity shifted. Resistance here. I tell you, that's why shorting markets is hard, because it's shit like that, right? I knew I was right. I was just early, but I was right. They called me Bubble Boy. I got a $75 million bonus, though. My big short quote. And recovered immediately. Well, now it's back to the key. That's back to the original place I wanted to short from. Again, because resiliences are negative right here. Now it's setting up for a second attempt. And if I get squeezed a second time, then I get squeezed a second time, no big. But this right here, if we lose this, it's bad. This yellow line resistance usually creates massive sell-off pressure. So we're going to watch this. NVIDIA starting to pick up a little bit of steam here. That's why we're seeing the market jump up a little bit. But yeah, you can always say resilience is never wrong. It's just early. And resilience was showing us that the market was stretching too high. It had to reset to rebalance. And that's what we saw. So basically, you know, the trade from here to there is what I wanted to see happen, with negative res to fall to the bottom of the box. And it just overstretched and then snapped back down. And that you can kind of see that's happening from a mile away, but it's really hard to commit to a trade because markets don't usually fall apart quick. The algos kick it into place right there. So I was right on that one, but it looks like we're trying to watch to see if it deteriorates. I'm going to take one more bet on the bad side of things and see if anything happens. Then we'll go from there. How you get on the giveaway? Just got to be here. That's it. That's it. I'm going to try one more time. One more time on this. Good. And now again, the momentum's starting to pick up. This is the moment that we're going to see if there is anything. There's going to be like another sharp red candle right now to test this range, to test the support one more time. That's what I'm looking for. And if we get the sharp red candle, then it's going to confirm the trade. It's not going to trickle out for an hour again and sell off. It's either in the next 5 or 10 minutes or not. We either get this or it goes like this. And it's quick. So we got about 10 minutes to decide. European markets are closing. Close is coming up, so we'll see how they react. Again, resistances are negative, so we'll see if I get anything. I'll commit another 1,000 to it just to see. The R&R is fantastic. That if I get a huge sell-off, that'd be great. That'd be really good. If it just trickles up against me, I'll cut it at another 1,000. No big. We'll see. Let's watch NASDAQ and see where NASDAQ is right now. Apple's starting to find some buyers. Nvidia's starting to find some buyers, though. So we're getting a little bit of retracement on Apple right now. Getting that little green candle here. This is just like yesterday. Remember yesterday I was buying all those dips that we were getting. When I tell you guys shorting's hard, I don't like to do it because it's like this. You have to take like repeated stabs at it and watch your conditions and then just take repeated small losses. And ultimately you might eventually be right. Had I held on to this, I probably could have walked away with a little bit of profit on that, but that's basically what shorting is like most of the time. Your A+ short pivots are pretty good. They typically reject really hard when they hit, but there's no A+ short setups today. Today is watching the stocks, purely the stocks. If the index is trying to rally and the stocks are not, that's a sign that the index is overpriced and the index needs to be down in here. That's all I'm doing. It's like a B setup. It's not A+. It's not super great. It's not the best. It's just kind of like, it's okay. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing much volatility like manifesting either from here. There's that middle of that area. The next 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to get this decisive candle that's going to decide which way we're going, hopefully soon. Market's like building an explosion point right now. And the question is, which way do we explode? Trickle is over. And we're going to pick up some movement here very soon. Market is still trying to hold the open to push green for the day. 0.3% on NASDAQ, 0.3% on S&P. This is the decisive point. Need to pick up that momentum here. Losing yellow line can sometimes be a really big sell-off, and we always talk to you guys about that. It's not necessarily guaranteed. The odds are definitely not that good, but losing this and losing it and hitting it from the bottom with negative res is always a short setup with lower odds. It's not really like high odds setup, but the R&R is so big, I take it. So the question is, sometimes you'll have low odds on a trade. And I say low odds, I mean like it's like probably better than 50%, but it's not like a 90% setup that yellow line resists and you sell off. But if you do reject it, the R&R is so huge, it's worth taking a couple like $1,000 stabs for it to be the big selling you get. And it's not, I always like love taking it. You guys know how much I hate shorting, right? Shorting is like my least favorite. Shorting now my favorite. I'm not guessing. I'm looking at this. I'm reading the stocks. The stocks are selling. The stocks aren't rallying hard enough for this to rally fast. The stocks are sitting flat and NASDAQ stocks are selling off hard. So while I do feel up because everything's been going up, Wall Street is telling me today, not chased along. That's why I read the word hold off on here, because I'm not going to chase along here. hold off on upside. I'd be willing to miss out until things got a lot better. Hold off. So today is the day that people are telling me they've lost some momentum in buying stocks. Hold off up here. I'm going to sit out. If we break yellow, I'm going to chase on res less than 0. Right, that's the trade I decided to take earlier 2 times. I believe I'm right. I was just early. And again, the R&R is kind of blah, but 60.66 is a stop. The downside potential is here. I mean, the R&R is just fantastic for a move. So again, it's a rarer case. So you, like these kind of setups when they do happen, I have to take multiple stabs at it because it doesn't necessarily work that often. You can't predict a market sell-off. The stocks are showing me evidence that it's possible. So when the stocks are showing me evidence, sometimes I decide to ignore it and just sit out, but other times, that's why I would hold off on my longs here. But the R&R is good. So if I try it 10 times and it fails 9, the one time it does play out is the huge gain for the day. So like if the market collapses from here, I mean, we've got 40 points on S&P. That'd be delicious, right? Timing market tops is hard. And all I'm watching right here is watching these resilience numbers right here. I am watching this white line. Right now, NASDAQ has been bad all morning, right? We're not getting momentum in NASDAQ stocks. The S&P fighting both sides. This is S&P's attempt number 1, which was here. Recovered. S&P's attempt number 2, which is here. And we're kind of like, okay, what's going on with this, right? And shorting is not something that you're just going to get right and make money every day. It's like once you find out, like once you get the sign and take it, you're going to get it wrong most of the time because markets are going to tend to go up most of the time. But the time you do get it right should pay off all the times you do get it wrong, which I just tap it small. I'm not 10 contracts YOLO full porting this, right? 2 contracts, yes. I'm not going to lose anything really if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? And now we're getting a second move on stocks. Right now, nobody's going to be able to predict what the stocks do. The market is flat and stocks are zigzagging. So when you're looking at the market, it just comes to do with the appetite of the stocks. This is where the pure randomness of the market comes in. Are people going to buy the stocks or are they not going to buy the stocks? And nobody can predict if the stocks are going to go up or down. So right now, for technical reasons, the S&P and NASDAQ are flat inside of this range. And all eyes are watching the stocks. S&P is perfectly balanced, okay? Balanced means you usually hold. So Apple, again, finding path to the downside. NASDAQ, NVIDIA losing this 14.3 half gap level. And I tell you guys why I say I very rarely try to short markets. Now you see why. It's really hard to do so. It's easy to see a short setup, but it's really hard to execute one because it's really impossible to predict that the stock market's going to fall off. But you have to do all that diligence I did today, just eyeballing and watching the stocks. So did I do pretty good? Hopefully I did good today, right? I did some risk management on it. I didn't chase these opening shorts. I waited. We got to here. I took a stab, failed. Market fell, came through. I am taking the stab here, right? So hopefully you guys learned something about how to short a market. It's different than longing, right? When you're shorting a market, you're not out there like going to nail it pretty easily. Usually the market's going to squeeze you before it pays out. And you got to just hit it small. And that's kind of like the art of shorting, you know? Kind of how it works. Did I do pretty good? This is why I fucking hate shorting. It's the worst. But hopefully I did pretty good at it. You guys learned something today. Apple going the lower lows, NVIDIA. So remember, What did you guys notice on the stream today that I did differently while shorting? Did you notice something different in my approach while shorting? Something like just on the surface, off the top of your head. Did you notice me doing something very different than what I normally do? Like in my trade plan. Have I been doing something in this constant upkeep this morning to justify my trade that I don't normally do in bull markets? Well, I made money. Well, yeah, I made money, but more patience. Was there something I've been doing? This is a key element to shorting. Resilience is one thing, but not my technique, but was I watching something that I don't normally watch? Spider sense, yeah. I lost money. Well, actually, I'm up, but checking other stocks. There you go. Checking the stocks. Checking the stocks. You guys nailed it. That's it. Like on the surface, that's really what you want to do. So what stock market's only index only sells off when the stocks are selling off. When it comes to eyeballing shorts, you guys never see me do this when I'm longing the market. I'm never like Apple, Nvidia, what are we doing, right? Long markets are just usually holding the fort and we're fine. But whenever the stock market is like on the edge of maybe selling off, I'm always watching the stocks, right? I'm trying to see where the momentum's coming from. And when markets do sell off, if they do, not saying that they will, but if they do, what you're trying to see is you're betting that the index is going to go lower because the stocks are going lower. When the index goes up because everything's always going up, I'm never really eyeballing the stocks to that degree. Positive res, I just trust it. But when resilience is on the fence and sitting at zero, I'm eyeballing the stocks, right? So whenever you're trying to like short or play a market like that, you always got to like eyeball them stocks. Keep an eye on them to see what's going on. You know, clearly your bigger momentum plays, Nvidia, you know, it's going to have a big effect on today's market if Nvidia breaks its half gap and keeps going. Nvidia up here is going to kick resilience positive. When resilience is on the fence, I'm trying to find which stock is on the fence. Here's the fence, 144.3 on Nvidia. Okay. If Nvidia jumps the other side of the fence, then the seesaw balances to the bull side again. See what I'm saying? So like anytime you're trying to short, don't be like, here's the chart, here's the candle, here's the high, here's the low. And the shorting doesn't work like that. People short the completely wrong way. You need to make sure the stocks are selling off to get the index to fall. And you got to watch key levels on stocks, right? The index key levels don't fucking matter. Doesn't matter where your pivots are, where your volumes are. The market just trickles higher above the pivot, above the pivot, above the pivot, and then the stock started selling, and the moment the stock started selling, the index rapidly responds to price into it, right? And that's what you got to watch. And the whole idea of trying to bet on a short is really hard because this is what happens: trickle, 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 fall, right? And now I'm at the pivot again, and now I'm taking the trade again. Hopefully that makes sense. You guys learned something today? Shorting the market is fucking hard, but it requires more work. And I think a lot of people I teach that shorting and longing are like not equal and opposite. Most people are like, okay, let me long at my pivot, let me short at my pivot. No, when you're betting on markets falling off, you become like a freaking hawk to watch the stocks themselves, right? You can. When giveaway, man, things are hot right now. Can't do giveaway. Not yet. We'll do giveaway in just a second. Gotta watch the stocks. Markets are bullish. You just want to make sure nothing's bad. But when things are trying to become bearish, you need to eyeball what's causing it. We can use the scanner to find the stock, but I knew pretty quickly which one it was. Apple and Nvid, right? So we're watching these guys today. Apple finding lower lows again. Nvidia rejecting half gap. Nvidia below 144.3 is a sign, with Apple also trading lower, that tech and communication services are both going to be down, which is preventing the Nasdaq from rallying too hard. Okay. Now, the first selling wave and second selling wave we've had of some of these stocks, people have rotated into some of the other things. Utilities have been doing okay. And as people here are like, what the fuck, Matt's actually shorting? We'll tell you, Matt shorts like 1 out of 10 trades, don't I? Maybe even less than that. The rotation is fairly weak today, right? It was like a little bit of rotation. Most of the indices are kind of flat, not really moving anywhere. But yeah, right, dude. I'm never short the market. I almost never do it. When I short, dude, I'm a gangsta. I'm in it to win it. Like, wait till after lunch to do giveaway. Okay. Yeah, I usually do a giveaway at this time, but Market's trying to get exciting right now. Last thing I'm gonna do is put on a cowboy hat and dance around and miss out on my good stuff. Can't miss out on the, finally the market gets good. Market getting good. I don't know if I want to miss out on it. Oh, I need to check my Tradeify really quick. I think one of my accounts is ready for payout. Which one is it? One of them is ready for payout. Who are you? Oh, okay. You are good. Oh, I shouldn't even touch. One of my accounts I shouldn't even touch today. Damn it. I'm here. Here I am. It's qualified for payout, and here I am trading it like an idiot. Oops. Well, it did go up a little bit, so that's good. Yeah, one of my accounts is payout ready. And I'm over here like fucking risking losing it. Idiot Matt. All right, I'm good. I'm good. So we're good on that guy. Cool. So I get a payout from Tradeify today. You guys know my genius strategy with Tradeify, right? The idea was to put 30 to 50K buffer in each account before the first payout, and then make the first payout and then trickle forward. So this one account is getting its first payout with $30,000 of profit on a 9,000 target. I said, screw the consistency. I build a big buffer up front, take a little bit longer to get the first payout, and then every payout after is going to be slow payouts. So that'll never blow up the account. Guaranteed $75,000 when I go live. Mike, bro, you getting a payout? Dude, was that the one that you won from the giveaway? Because you won like last week. Bro, congrats, man. This is like the third short you ever see me take, and it's not easy. Like, shorting sucks. I hate shorting. I hate shorting for the very reason you got to watch me do it. It's boring. It sucks. You got to do all this extra work. You got to watch the stocks. You got to fumble around. You got to get into your short, close out, get in, close out, try to aim for it. It's not easy. Shorting is the hardest thing to do. And most people think it's easy. Markets don't trend lower. Markets always trend higher. They just sometimes fall lower when people are dumping the stocks. And that's like the mechanism of shorting is you got to make sure the stocks are selling off. What's up, baby? Do another one at lunch. You never seen the giveaway? Cowboy boots and a dance. Oh, Natasha. Oh, you're in for a treat. I can send people running for the hills super quick when I do my cowboy hat on and draw out the 6-shooters. Talking about a 50C move here. Yeah, it's pretty big if it does sell. The problem is it's likely not going to happen. But I do like to take the bet anyways, because the R&R is always really fantastic on this kind of setup. Yellow line reject. Yellow line. You guys know margin buffer limit is a strong rejection point. If resilience is less than 0, which it's at 0. When it's at 0, I'm very rarely bearish. At 0 usually means bullish. It needs to be significantly below 0 for me to get the downward momentum. But you have a resistance pivot and resistance pivot right here, both lining up. So now the question is, will a stock sell? And normally when I first took that pivot here and here, I stopped out. It came through here, went to there, and now I'm taking the trade again. The only reason I do take it's the R&R is fantastic. The probability is very low. And that's kind of the cool thing. It's like most of my long trades are like R&R is really low, but the probability is very high. I scalp like $1,000 base hits like they're nothing, right? This being a 4-to-1 trade is fantastic if it falls. It's worth willing like me to take a $500,000 stab. My confidence in this is like 55%, man. It's like right at the middle. Slightly greater than 50%, but it's not like I'm really happy like the market's crashing. It's just that there's a play in that if the stocks do sell off. Now the question becomes, will they sell off? And probably not, right? But we'll see. Yeah, that big beautiful buffer. Oh, the way into these Tradeifys. Oh, it's beautiful. It's dude, it's such a killer strategy. Any account with consistency, just hit them hard at the front. Blow up front. Don't let yourself do 2 or 3 weeks of work and then blow up because Trump tweeted something. Like all my trades in Tradeify on these accounts when they were fresh were like trying to make 5K per 10K with 20% consistency on a 9K target, which means I got to make 30 to 50K or 25 to 50K to get my first payout of 3,000 bucks. All of my Tradeify accounts right now have $30 to $50,000 of payout of buffer in them. And they're all trying to go for little baby $4,500 gains to get another $3,000 payout. I will never blow up those accounts. I will guarantee when I go live, I get $75,000, the max I can get. And that guarantee I'll be first place on Tradeify's leaderboard. That's goals A, B, and C. If you're new here, can I talk about resilience indicator? Yes, the resilience indicator is a gap fill predictor on the S&P. It is by far the coolest thing that we've ever done here. And I'll do give away you guys in like 15 minutes. We're head over to my funded. What it does, and let me clean up some space here. All right. So we all understand what a gap is, right? Stock trades for the day, closes here. Stock opens here the next day and then continues to trade. Gap, right? You take the close price and the open price. Close yesterday, open today, and there's a gap. We've gapped down in this case. And then you take the middle of the open and close, and that's called the half gap, okay? So every stock, everything has that kind of situation. You have an open, a close, and a halfway point. Okay. At the open and close is also the highest volume of the day, right? Any stock, anything will close and open with high volume. That's part of the MOO and MOC gapping, closing and opening process creates that gap. Order imbalances create the gap. So say in this example, we gap down on Apple, right? And this is Apple down here. If Apple gaps down from yesterday, we all know there's high volume here and high volume here because that's typically the open and closing volume. So high volume means liquid. And in the middle of two liquid spots is extra liquid. So half gap is like super liquid spot. Half gap is always going to be a strong volume pivot. Here's the half gap on S&P right here. Half gap is always strong pivot. Half gap is always strong pivot. There's always volume at half gap. Okay, now we've established that, right? Now my next idea that came out of that is that stocks move up when you're looking for sellers. Stocks go down when you're looking for buyers. So if you're in the middle of a very liquid spot, it doesn't want to go anywhere, right? Liquid stuff stays where they are. Now, if the market starts to move slightly higher, like Apple starts to move slightly higher in the box, it's looking for sellers, right? So what resilience does is says, okay, if everything's at the middle, are we above or below the middle? If you're slightly above the middle, then the algorithm will say, aha, it's looking for sellers. And what it does is it extrapolates to the closing price and says this is where the sellers will be. So if Apple moves just a smidge above the halfway point, resilience will calculate what's the extra amount of move it needs to take to fill its gap. Okay, we call that the implied move. So Apple moves up 5 cents, but we say, well, Apple needs to move up another 20 to fill its gap. Okay, so we have implied move for Apple, and we do that for every 500 stocks, or 500 companies in the S&P. Apple plus Nvidia plus JP Morgan plus whatever. We take all those implied moves and add them up. And then we market cap weigh it. It's equal to the actual implied value of the S&P. If we can calculate that every stock needs to move a little further, then the S&P is underpriced right now. So the S&P should be pricing higher, and therefore futures should go up. And that's the trick. It's designed with the implied move to be a leading indicator. Aha, Apple's moved 10 cents and needs to move another 40. Oh, so the S&P needs to move another 5 points. Okay. S&P hasn't moved 5 points yet. So we take the actual SPY actual value and subtract the SPY implied value, which is the calculated value it should be, which is equal to a function of all of these implied values of each stock. And if SPY is underpriced relative to its implied value, resilience will be up above 0. If SPY actual is below, if SPY actual is above its implied, then it's overpriced. Resilience will be below 0 to let you know the S&P is overpriced. If the actual is less than the implied, it'll be above 0 to let you know you're underpriced. So an arbitrage indicator, it's market cap weighted. It's absolutely, and it's a leading indicator because the implied move are moves that haven't happened yet. That's the brilliance of it. Resilience is never wrong. It's only early. It's exactly like arbitrage. Okay. So when Nvidia, as an example, is at its halfway point and it starts trading lower right here, right? you can see this. Well, let me find an example here. So resilience is also designed to be sensitive right here at the middle. So an example, right? When NVIDIA passed through the halfway point right here, watch what happened to resilience. Do you see how resilience started moving through the top of the box, or so that negative to positive? This white line went positive just on NVIDIA crossing the barrier. And you can kind of see how there's always pivoting action at the high, low, and middle of this. And so when NVIDIA started losing its half gap again, resilience went negative. So it's basically a seesaw. It's like, where's the weight of the S&P on the seesaw, right? Is it left or right? You'll see that? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how fucking cool is that? How cool is that indicator? Oh, that's cool as shit, right? Hopefully y'all like that. Right? The idea that it's designed, the implied move is the design to make it a leading indicator. It's designed to guess where the S&P will go, not just watching the market internals like tick and trend, right? Which is like, what's the S&P doing now? It's like the S&P can go lower because NVIDIA is here. Now it needs to fill its gap here. And you can kind of see that mechanism here. Every time NVIDIA is below, let me do a different color, right? Anytime NVIDIA is below this white line, it fills its move to the halfway point. It does this all the time. And I started noticing it does this all the time. When you're below, it seeks the bottom. So when it's just a smidge below, we reprice the S&P to include that move, the market cap weight change in NVIDIA, right? It's all right. I hate you, Kevin. I'm just kidding. Kevin knows it's awesome. He's just fucking around. All right. So that's exactly what it does. And I'm using resilience as an arbitrage type indication to tell me that the S&P is going to fill its gap or not. So when you boil it all down, what it really is a gap fill predictor. What's up, Barbie? Am I talking nerdy? I'm always talking nerdy over here. So the question becomes, if the stocks of the NASDAQ are down here and the NASDAQ futures and QQQ is up here, it's an arbitrage play. One should, by definition, short the index and simultaneously long the stocks to play that arbitrage. And because resilience is negative and it's a leading indicator by I don't know how many hours, I'm on the short side of this trade and it's fucking paying off. I was right. I was just early. And guess what, guys? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And it's pushing. It wants to connect down in here. So hopefully pretty cool, right? That's one of 15 indicators that we've made here with that level of complexity and coolness to it. What are the other lines? Well, it's the same philosophy. It's just looking at gamma exposure levels. So what we do is we take so I took it a step further and okay, let's say examples. This is S&P gamma exposure for weekly options, 595 for SPY, 592.5 for monthly. If SPY is at its gamma maximum exposure for JEX, or it's like we have a better version of JEX, but dealer exposure. This is dealer gamma exposure. If SPY is here and we wonder that's a really high volume pivot, are we going to pivot up or down? We do the same type of arbitrage with the stocks in their gamma exposure in the same way. It's a tiebreaker at blue. You get to blue. If blue is above 0, we bounce. If blue is below 0, we break. You get to orange. If orange is above 0, we bounce. If orange is below 0, we break. It's just tracking what the stocks are doing all at once. Right? Make sense? Oh, my chart is NASDAQ, sorry. S&P. You got it. So that's the whole thing, right? Now again, I'm not betting the market's going to crash. It's still pretty balanced here, but NASDAQ was the telltale sign all morning as to not trust this market. I wrote the word hold up. Hold up. Am I still in the trade? Yeah, -2. So it's sometimes you can't predict exactly. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So like Big C was right. Big C's your brother, right? Yeah. Slow, but it can happen, right? It's like it's showing you what's going to happen. The market's trickling higher and trickling higher and trickling higher, and then it slams back to meet, right? You guys now believe I have one of Wall Street's only leading indicators in my back pocket. And that's why. And how's it leading? Because it takes a guess on what the stocks will be doing. Nobody has a leading indicator because they're watching price action. Price action is a what's happening now indicator. But what we do is make an inference, right? Okay, NASDAQ or NVIDIA is here. Then that means NVIDIA has to move to here to fill its gap. And therefore, the S&P can possibly be valued that much lower. Oh, it's not doing that. So there's arbitrage there. So I designed it to be a leading indicator. And that's how it works. It doesn't mean that it's correct of the moment. It's forecasting the future. And the forecasting of this was saying that the NASDAQ was not enough pressure to break outside of its redistribution zone and keep going. And NASDAQ opened here and closed there yesterday. Closed there yesterday and opened here today. Very weird for NASDAQ to fill its gap and keep going if the stocks aren't doing the same. And I designed resilience with that mentality, and it's helped me get that open and closed trades so good. Helped me avoid getting trapped in the bull trap. So remember this morning, the first thing I said was, this is bull trap. And I read the word hold off, bull trap. Doesn't mean we're crashing, but I usually take the bet that we sell off when you have two strong pivots on top of each other. Yellow line and white line together are both very strong pivots to the downside with this confluence here. So, right. So I didn't long today, and it's very rare that I short. And everybody knows here that like fucking hell froze over if Matt's shorting. All right, y'all ready to give away? Guys, ready to do a giveaway? Is it okay to front load the boot camp by watching the recordings right away? It's actually the correct way to learn anything. You nailed it, Carlo. Now, there's a thing called retention information. When you're doing active listening, when somebody's teaching you something, and all you guys have kids, right? Let me tell you something real quick. Tradeify, today's the giveaway. Type in the word Tradeify in chat. Hold on. There is a trick, and this helped me out in college all the time. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get that tray, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. Resilience is bay. Resilience is bay. Resilience is bay. Bay, bay. How'd I do today? Did I do all right? My friends, how did I do today? Now, technically speaking, the trade to the bottom of the box is the trade. I shall, again, take profit on that and wait one more time. If the market crashes and sells off, I'm absolutely 100% okay with that. Hold on. You guys full update here. Oh shit. I hit max loss in my not max loss, but like daily loss limit. So I'm down to, I didn't take the screenshot. I'm too lazy, but I'm down $1,200 on that funded next open that I did. So that didn't work out either. But everything else turned out to go ahead. But all right. So one of my accounts I did not attack on the second go. I just assumed the loss on it. But that's okay. All these accounts are way the hell up. So it looks like up today I'm up minus 12, minus 18. So minus 3, 72, 80, 85, minus 2. So I'm at $5,500 today. Not shown in this picture is my $1,200 daily loss limit hit on my funded next that I just hit that loss limit and it stopped me out. I was planning on holding on to it, but it went, I literally stopped out right here. I probably shouldn't have hit it with such a big position though. Type in Tradeify one time, you guys. What's up, Joyce? Hi. How are you? Viral Pulse, you just got to type it in once. I promise. I promise. I promise. You only need to touch it once. Tap it once. Give it a little tappy. Just one time. Just one time. Again, I don't like to bet the markets are crashing, but this was a good trade for gap fill. And resilience is, I mean, say here at Rocket Scooter, is the saying is resilience is never wrong. It's only early. And that's what people say. They've always said that. There's no guarantee in the stock market, but this is the perfect read of the stock market because unlike market internals, which is reading the now, resilience is making an inference. And right now, the S&P is telling you that the index is going higher while the stocks are going lower. The arbitrage is there again. The index is bouncing while the stocks are doing worse. This is a second possible opportunity, or like the second trade. Oh, I like it. Oh, you guys, my internet's going out. What the fuck? There's a lightning storm going on. My UPS is just clicked on. All right, can you guys see me? Are we good? Check, check. Tell me you guys can see me. Are we good? Is the internet down? Yes? Are we good? Okay. Whew. Yep. Look, look, look. The lights are flickering. My printer just reset in the other room. What the hell is going on here? Dude, it's like crazy lighting outside. Everything in here is like bzz, bzz, bzz. And my UPS is just clicked on for a second. So I've got 2 uninterrupted power supplies down in here powering this thing. All right, you guys. So remember, as we continue to grow the stream, you guys come here every single day, every single morning. Come here. We love y'all. As we get to 1,000 viewers, we're going to do bigger and bigger and bigger giveaways the bigger we go. My guarantee to you guys is if we get 1,000 viewers here in our stream, every day there's 1,000, I will go out there and spend $250 on you guys to buy a Tradeify straight to funded account, which means I'm committing to $5,000 a month of just giving you guys $5,000 worth of shit every month. Am I in Houston? Yeah, bro. Circus, wait, you're in Houston right now. I thought you said for work, right? Are you seeing the lightning outside your hotel room? Which where are you? Tell me where you're staying at. You might be nearby. Which area of town you're staying? It's storming hard here in Houston. Oh yeah, wait, who are my Houston peeps in here? Lightning and Sugarland. Oh, no way, Bob. That's cool. IDOC is from Sugarland. Her family's there. We go to Sugarland like, well, now her mom's in town. We probably go there like every other day. All right, resilience to 0, top of the box, S&P. Setup number 2, possibility. Same shit, second day. Yeah, like lucky on this one. Same stuff. Same shit, different day. Top of the box, resilience is worse. Same thing again. Same thing again. Again, this could squeeze me, but I don't care. One contract this time, not even hitting it hard. One more time. Katie has lightning. Yeah. You know why they call it Sugarland? Wait, why do they call it Sugarland? Is that like a punchline joke, or they call it Sugarland because of the sugar companies that they used to have here? Call it Houston area Sugarland because that's where they harvested the sugar. Yeah. Well, there was Imperial Sugar had a huge plant down here. You can go to Sugarland and still see like the big sugar silos and stuff. They got sugar in their britches down here. Resilience is worse. Half gap, upper box tap, second time. Resilience is worse. I'm staying for a second short here. Let's go. Let's spin the wheel. All right, you guys, y'all know the drill. Let me spin the wheel. We know who it is. We know who's the best. Put up Tradeify on the chart here. Remember, when we get to 1,000 viewers, you tell all your friends, I will give you one Tradeify funded account every day. We already give away almost 100 accounts every month. Where's the blue sunglasses? Oh well, I have to spin around. Who stole my sunglasses? In the world, rocket scooter, rocket scooter, rocket scooter.
System in
Tizarity! Winner number 1. Oh, said your name right. You are now a funded trader with Tradeify. What the heck? Wow, you have a funded account. 50K. Jesus. Woo! All right, one more. Let's do 2. You're now a funded trader. One more of you is about to become a straight to funded. This is straight to funded, no eval. This is the only accounts I trade on my stream. Then we have the chill song for the rest of the giveaway. Keith. Type something in chat, Keith. From the bottom, now we analyzing trends. Wrist tight, stop, lost, never break, never bend. Candles talking to me, I don't need new friends. Rocket scooter running plays, we ain't here to pretend. Numbers don't lie, but emotions do. Fear and greed, man, they cloud your. Congrats, Keith. Creed, and Tizity. Congrats, you guys. All right, send me a message in Discord. Take a screenshot of your YouTube and let me know it's you. All the winners. Congrats. You guys are now 50K funded traders with Tradeify. I love Tradeify. 20% consistency. It's amazing. Straight to funded, skip the eval. Perfect. No daily, sorry. There's a daily loss limit. It's those 50Ks. What are they? The 50K is a daily loss limit of 1250. Trailing max drawdown, end of the day drawdown of 2000, and 20% consistency. They're amazing. Straight to funded. Congrats, guys. Did I get these songs on Spotify? Not yet. But if you go to our Discord and you go to the music channel, song submissions channel, you can download all this music. Yep. Okay, so by the way, stay here in the stream. As we grow, we get bigger. I'm going to commit every single month we get like 80 donated accounts to give away, and then I go out and buy 20 more. I'm going to buy 20 more on top of it. So when I told you guys we got the 750 viewers, I would start buying 20 extra accounts to give away. When we get to 1,000, I'll buy 20 more Tradeify funded accounts to give away. And My Funded Futures has been completely blessing our stream and giving us more and more stuff to give away as well. So if you guys keep using the Rock Scooter code out there, you know, I'm using our power and our growth in the space. Instead of trying to give myself a big fat salary as an affiliate, I'm trying to tell them, give me more giveaway accounts. I argue with them every month. We almost get in fist fights how pushy I am. No, I want more accounts. Give me more accounts. I'm just kidding. No fist fights. But I'm very aggressive with, I want more accounts to give away. That's what we need to do. Do I reply to Discord messages? Yeah, send me a Discord message. Only 2 accounts for 1,000 people. 2 extra accounts, Gabor, on top of what we already do. 2 extra. Hold on. Listen. The way that's going to work is 2 more accounts. So that's 120 a month divided by 20 trading days becomes 6 a day. And then we get bigger, it's bigger. We get bigger, it's bigger. We get bigger, it's bigger. My dream would be to give away 20 accounts a day. Can we get to 20,000 viewers, 10,000 viewers? Can we get big like that? So currently we do 100 a month, which is about 5 or so a day, give or take. But you guys keep using our codes. And now today with the funded, we're just doing 2 fundeds today. But we go to My Funded TV in just a little bit. We'll be live in 30 minutes there. They've been giving away like 20 to 50 accounts per stream on my segment every day. So at 11:30, which is like in 30 minutes, we all go to My Funded Futures. They love us there. They have been blessing us daily on our stream. Congrats, winners. Okay. Res is getting worse and worse and worse, and we're doing worse and worse and worse up here. I took one more stab with one contract again at the top of the box just to see if I got some more selling pressure to fill the gap lower. Nasdaq is a pretty solid play there. That 22,000 Nasdaq is having the hardest time supporting and picking up steam here. Stocks are not giving us any love today. So we'll see if we can continue off. I grabbed that short one more time. You haven't been able to claim your giveaway win? From which company? Again, be patient because some of them you have to message me, right? And then I have to give them your email that night when I get down to do it. And then they get it the next morning and then they give it to you that day or the day after. So it's usually some of the firms like 2 days or so, 2 or 3 days to get your account from when you win. Other firms, I'll give you the code tonight. Tradeify is a code, ETF is a code. The ones that give me codes, you can get it the same night. So some of them have a slower process, if you may. So you message me on Discord. Okay. Yeah, just message me on Discord if it doesn't work. Or they don't get to you fast enough. If it's what was it, Sanjeev? I can help you real quick. Which firm was it with? I would bankrupt the props if everybody copied my trades. That's nice to hear. So is Fund Index? Yeah, Fund Index right now is an absolute chaos trying to catch up with all the shit that happened. It's good stuff. They got a massive amount of customer influx and they just became overwhelmed. To Zitty? All right, cool, man. I just got your message, bro. Yours was with Fund Next. Yeah, Fund Next had the world's biggest prop sale and they got overloaded with customer service and then they go on Eid holiday for a week. So basically why these guys hosted this huge fucking sale and then disappear for a week because of a holiday. Why would you have your sale before a holiday? A sale designed to beat every prop firm with the best account offering in the history of prop firms. And not expect hundreds of thousands of accounts being bought in a single week. And then you're going to go on holiday. What fucking idiots. I love these guys. I love them. They're not idiots. I'm just kidding. What fucking people thought of this? Why would you not wait till you came back? But they've been working diligently around the clock. We love the guys there. Trust me. They're working diligently around the clock to catch up. I think they didn't expect it to be as big as it was. It blew up. It completely exploded. And they're overwhelmed. The customer service is overwhelmed. And that's why they're slow there. Yeah. Get back to trading. Too much yapping. The fuck are you talking about, weirdo? I'm in a trade. What do you want me to do? Click buttons, draw shapes, draw colors, move shit around. Get a fucking fidget spinner, kid. Jesus Christ. I'm in a trade. Guys, fucking people. Get back to trading. What do you want me to do? Here, look, guys, I'm trading. Look at me, I'm trading. Look at my Rolex. I'm a trader. Guys, I'm trading. Look, shit's moving on the chart. I'm a trader. Look, I'm drawing shapes and fucking colors. I'm a trader. That's trading. Oh my guys, fucking people. I swear to God. Here, I'm trading. All right, guys, we got the 50 fib. We got the VWAP. We got the 1.74 angle. It's the 2.6 purple elephant, monkey, green snake, dishwasher pattern. Stop going away. Power. Oh my God. I'm going to lose power, guys. I don't want to lose power today. Don't ban him. He just got his warning. Tyler's ready to fight some fire. Get a fidget spinner, man, if you're tired. Tired of watching. Patience. I'm in a trade. I'm trading from here to here. I made the announcement there. All right, let's go. $500. If I get it, another 800, I'm there. I'm on Nasdaq chart. S&P, same setup. S&P down at the bottom of the box again. Scalp number 2. Now again, I don't normally bet that the market does sell off and crash, but this was the trade I wanted to make all day. Pretty good on resilience, right? Some people just get mad when I'm not, handing out free shit for them, I guess. Yes, you can sit here and watch me trade on YouTube. Yes, you don't have to learn the business. You can just watch somebody trade. and they're giving you solid gold for free, but you're still not happy with it. That's what I always found to be so weird. Okay, I'm watching my accounts right now. Pressing forward. That's cool. That's cool. All right, the $1,800 account, I managed to just turn green. Perfect. The 1,800 loss is now green. I shorted with NASDAQ. I shorted with S&P and the one on the screen. I shorted with NASDAQ, the one off the screen. Let's go, baby. All right. Let's see if I want to close. How far do I want this to go, though? Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. This account's not made 2,000 for the day. I don't want to make too much in this one because I need to maintain consistency on the small one. So I'm closing out. So I finally turned all my accounts green. Dude, bro, the power is like going in and out. It's starting to drive me crazy. All right, so I managed to turn all 5 of those accounts green. Minus the 1,200, I hit daily loss on my funded next. I'm still pretty good today. So it's 97 minus 18, 87, 7,800, 7,800 bucks. Quit yapping. Start trading. Roll my eyes any harder than that. Almost a 10K day. There's a $1,200 loss you can't see because it's funded next. I didn't take the picture. I'm lazy. But my funded next hit daily loss limit, which is $1,250. Let me show it to y'all just for full transparency's sake. I was just too lazy to stack it all up on the screen. But there it is. $1,250 daily loss limit. My funded next didn't survive because I got in way too early on this. Added there, hit DLL, and I lost. It's $1,250. It's too tight. It's one of the 50Ks on that one. So. My Tradeify is pretty good. Wait, where's that? Do a little photo here of Tradeifys. Bum 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 bum. The Tradeifys are good. So in full transparency, let me write on here. Minus 1,200 funded next. Oops, let me get a little red pencil here. Minus 1,200. That'll work. There we go. So, not bad today. Again, resilience is a great indicator. It's so good at what it does. I love it so much. It's just, you know, it's never like the market's never clean and sell-offs are never clean. But I just traded from top of the box to bottom of the box, right? That was the first trade. You know, I knew I was right. I was just early, and then bam, and that was the play. And I think there's a lot of bulls that got trapped up in here when I said this is a bull trap, and market's down in here. Now this is probably, it could be a bull pivot, but you see resilience is now deteriorated even further, right? That's our indicator. Our indicator was pretty good. Have a good day, y'all. Renewed, thanks for subscribing, man. Appreciate it. Does Victor give business loans for generators? I really need to buy a generator, Victor. Can we talk off stream? Match that trading keyboard, bro. Let's go. That was the value area, low bounce for volume profile. Timo is right. Yeah, 100%. That's it. That's where they're bouncing off of that volume pivot. You nailed it. Could we take a long here? I can give you advice, Bryce. I wouldn't be taking any long here. I don't have a pivot personally. The only pivots I have are much lower than this. The only reason I'm not trading anymore because these accounts can't make any more than they have already made. They're at max consistency. But, bruh, I'm just crushing it. Wait, let me double check on some of these Tradeifys. But the lower pivots, yeah. So my spidey senses were good this morning. Hopefully you guys are happy to see that. This one. We got lower pivots way down in here, right? It's very hard to detect a sell-off, and from the start of the day, I know I was like, today's probably the day. And I think we did good, right? How'd we do, chat? Did we do good on this? I mean, we watched the stocks. Apple was finding lower lows and lower lows and lower lows. We were watching Nvidia. Nvidia was rejecting half gap the whole day. We were rotating gently out of tech and into utilities and into real estate and other things. And then we lost some momentum there. S&P resilience never picked up, and the market just tumbled from there. Yeah, we're fucking great at what we do. But not financial advice, though. Yeah, $1,200 lost. That's peanuts, Maddie. I mean, it's still a decent amount of money. It buys a lot of stuff. So I wouldn't do anything. No long position, green area. No, nothing here. Res is there is no long pivots for me. The only long pivots we do have are going to be some of the hedge pressure levels and key bounce areas. Monthly hedge pressure low on S&P 6015. And Nasdaq has bull zone bottom down here, roughly close to this 800 level. So on QQQ, that's where your A+ setups do come in. QQQ has an A+ right here. This A+. If we were to get lucky and we're to fall to here, oh, dude, this is it. That's a good one. So, QQQ 530, S&P's really far away, so not even get close to it. But this is always a chance to take a long on. I just don't have confluence to go with it. Hold on. Hello? Hi. How are you? Hi. Hello. Can I help you? Hello. Are you offering business loans? I need to buy a generator for my business. Can I take a loan? Is that a yes? I think he hung up. Is that Keith calling me to let me know? Send a DM. Oh, okay. That's. I got you, Keith. That's just Keith. I knew it was you because you're breathing heavily into the phone. I've got your phone calls before, bro. I know what they're like. Matt. I'm watching you through the window. No, actually the guy goes, hello? And I was like, do you do business loans? And he's like, he probably thought it was some AI or something. They call you the same time every day. Yeah, they call me the same time every day as well. Every minute, on the minute, every hour of every day. So, was it Pat that called? No, it wasn't Pat. Pat calling to congratulate me for my short trade. Sent you a DM over Twitter about options data over the weekend. Okay, I'll check it out. Just gave them your social. Should be fine, Tyler. It's not like you'll ever get hacked. Ooh. Too soon. Bad joke. Bad joke. Too soon. Too soon. I'm sorry, bro. My bad. I know it still hurts. Bro had the worst experience ever in prop firm history. Tyler shit got hacked. It was bad. Dude, they deepfaked him with a fake photo of him using AI. That's crazy. It was nuts. You gotta let him tell a story. He was like venting to me all weekend. I was like, I felt it, dude. I felt the pain. Like how angry you gotta be to like immediately feel like, you know, when people are trying to know your customer or whatever, hey, send me a photo of you holding a number 2 or number 3 so that I can see that it's you. Yeah, sure. You can get AI to generate that image now. And they have him like holding up a sign to verify that it was him. Dude, totally AI generated image, dude. The hackers are, that's where it gets bad. So the whole KYC, like, let's get a photo of your face sort of thing. Get a picture of your driver's license. This shit's going to get faked super easily now. Yeah. Did they create an OnlyFans with deepfake images of him? Only deepfake images of his feet. But yeah. I subscribed. It's good. It's a good channel if you like feet stuff. And on that note, let's get ready for my funded futures. Let's go here. Hold on. Head on over there real quick.
There was a gap.
We head over there in roughly about 15 minutes. We're not leaving yet. Don't go anywhere. You sure we're back in here again? They usually do a ton of giveaways over there. So everybody here, do me a favor. When we go to My Funded, I want everybody to go over there. And then afterwards, we'll come back. Then what we're going to start doing as we get our afternoon stream, we stream after that. We can all come back here after that. We're going to start doing like, you know, maybe afternoon giveaways too. For funsies. He lives in England? Oh, dude, that sucks. They can copy your voice from all the streaming. Yeah, they can copy everything. Yeah, it's crazy, right? We never thought Tyler had 6 toes, but hey, man, every Only Feet channel needs a gimmick, right? We're gonna learn more about the dishwasher pattern. I'll detail it over the evening. I think people think that trading is a lot of doing, and trading is a lot of waiting. I was already in my position, like they're just waiting for it to take off, and not really a lot to say about that. What's that? Okay, so 6175 plus 6, because I'm subtracting 2 in my head. So that's 680. So that's 6750. 75, 7820, 7620. 8250. 87, 8800. All right. All right, guys. Pretty good. Market's selling off. We had great intuitions today. We nailed that today, didn't we? That was pretty good. This is why I told you guys shorting markets are hard. This is why. You guys got to see a pretty good day of choice making, right? I did the right thing. I managed to flip all my accounts green except for the one that hit DLL, which I couldn't deal with that. Can't do anything about it. But yeah, we're good. This is max profit on all of them. Obviously, that first account on the screen, that's the one that's still working on its first payout, trying to get my consistency is huge on that one. I got to get like 40K total profit on that guy. It's almost there. All the other 4 accounts are working on payouts, so they're all trading really small. $1,000 give or take on each one. One of the accounts qualified for payout today. So some of my payouts there are like on the 5th and 6th cycle. Other ones are still on their first cycle. I'm doing my big buffer trick with them. So I'm currently 151 plus 8. Now I'm $158,000 total with trade of 5. It's pretty good. Very calm. Yeah, it was pretty good. You guys see, like, shorting is a lot of like, you got to watch the stocks sort of thing. And a lot of people like really don't understand that shorting is hard to do. It's really hard to do because it's never off your pivots. A lot of times the index will squeeze a little higher despite the evidence. And then it finally pulls back and then it popped. And then I jumped in on the short and then it popped and I took the short 2 times, right? So I did once it failed, once it won, and then 2 times it won. And that was really how shorting happens. It's not just, let me just get in on the short. I just nailed it right here in the middle of no man's land. Nobody can do that. You can't predict the market's going to sell off, but you're seeing the evidence and then you're watching the stocks like a hawk. And then all of a sudden, at some random point, the index decides to track what it was doing, which is getting on track with the stocks, which are all proven to be down here. Resilience is never wrong. It's only early. That is the favorite saying of everybody in our community. Resilience is never wrong. It's only early. And really, that's the whole point, is that you can't predict a short market. You've got to take an attempt, take a stop, got in, try again. I won. Try again. I won. And now look how clean this was. But the problem with shorting is that you get all this noise in between that I call the transitional phase, where the market is like, okay, the squeeze is finally exhausting, and then transition down. If you're to eliminate this altogether, it did exactly what we wanted it to do. It went right to this pivot. Resilience was negative. It went right back down to here to that support, which is exactly what we wanted to happen. The problem is it overshoots a little bit before that happens. And that's kind of what shorting is, right? You have to be patient, trade small. I trade it small, know what you're doing. Pretty clean. And on that note, everybody, we're going to get out of here, but we'll be back right after MyFunded TV. So I have an hour-long segment on MyFunded TV. Come, dude, because they give away like 20 accounts, sometimes 50. They do giveaways all day, and they've been doing it every day I've been on. Who knows when they're going to stop? But while they're doing it, come get your free shit. Click that link right now. Everybody go in there and say, what's up, Matt? What's up, Matt? We want Matt, whatever. Great trading day again today. Kill it, guys. And then afterwards, we'll be right back on there. So I want everybody to come right back. We'll finish up the afternoon. It's an incredible display, Big C's big brother, of the indicators doing their things and patience being vital, because everything Matt explained actually happened. We just had to wait. Appreciate you, bro. I really do. Thank you, man. Sometimes trading, you got to watch me sweat it out a little bit. Sometimes it was there. I kept saying, I know I'm right. I'm just early. And again, it's not that high of probability of a setup. You know, I'm setting my confidence is like 55% out of 100. That good. 5K away from Bastard Ebal. Good luck, man. You just need to survive. As K-Spec said, the rule is you just got to survive long enough to play out. I was happy I managed to turn that account green, to be honest. All right, we'll see you guys. See you guys on MyFunded. Everybody go there. Get that hype. Get that hype.
To a piece of paper or to your notebook, just have your check marks ready. Write it down. It's gonna help. Financial Fred, hello. So it's definitely going to help a lot once you have your plan written down, and you know, have your plan. Even if you're getting super pro in the execution, just have your plan on your desk. I mean, have the plan on your desk all the time. Okay? Even if you're not looking into, I mean, I have my plan here. I have my notebook here. It has all kind of stuff related to those kind of trades that I look for. I also have another one here, but anyway. And my plan is written down multiple times. What should I be looking for? What's the kind of thing that usually works, or what's the kind of thing that usually does not work? Okay, that definitely helps. And let's just see, I think I have how to build a daily trading routine that actually works. Well, there's a lot more to this as well. So we talked about this, like the pre-market preparations, like you do your analysis. I told you once